Not Good Friday.
It's not Good Friday. That was like
Friday.
A week or two ago.
Way off.
What are you talking about?
Way off. I'm way off.
Get your S together.
Here we are. It is a Friday, though, and we're excited for it because, of course, as we all know by now,
Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, you know, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
I forgot.
If you'd like. I mean, it's not mandatory.
I forgot.
HR says we can't mandate. So
Yeah,
you're encouraged if you'd like to.
you were doing a lot of talking there yesterday, Retro, that it was
I was
going to be
gung ho
Hawaiian
on
Shirt
it,
Day.
and then
You were. Yeah,
It was
you were.
before he ate food, before he got booze in his system, before he fell asleep on a couch somewhere.
they were poking things into my ear hole.
Yeah.
What's happening there? How's
Much
the...
better.
Did they tell you what
I
it
birthed some wax
was?
out of it, so it's
Did they?
It's better. Yeah.
Did you Google or did you like roll tape? Do we have some YouTube footage? Jack, roll that footage.
No suction cups.
Are we keeping that wax?
I asked if there was anything worth. And
Could
she
keep the
said,
wax, make some
I'm gonna
candles?
Drop it off at Dean's. 'Cause
Yeah,
I know
good.
he's
You'd
on-
like that, eh?
Delicious. Delicious.
got weird hobbies.
Yeah, I got a lot of... Don't come over.
Don't come over. The Mulberts. Don't come over.
Yesterday, now you're going to be like, Boom, what are you talking about? Because yesterday you said to get the helmet on because it was game day.
That's right.
Get your helmet on. It's Calgary Flames game day.
They get rained out. They push it to today or what?
Yeah,
No,
golf.
they're going
too.
to play back to back. Back to back.
Back to back.
On the road, back to back.
You think they stayed in the same hotel, or did they switch hotels?
Yeah. What is the move there?
I bet they stay in the same hotel.
I would think it would be.
I
a
bet
smart
they-
idea.
Put some roots closer to Anaheim and then
Yeah.
bus in for the Kings game last night and then head
The
back.
same room for 3 nights.
Chicken parm on the bus, pizza. What do you?
That's
I
more
mean,
your department. I don't
I was
know.
going to say,
Well, the problem is, I would definitely go chicken parm and pasta.
not as easy to get on the bus.
Not as easy to get on the bus.
Utensils and
Usually, there's pizza in the room after the game, but they're also. It's maybe close enough where they just said, "Here's a piece of pizza after the game, or a
the
smoothie,
rest is at.
and
Uh,
a quick little jaunt to the hotel." And they had a big meal set up. That's probably what happened.
Jaunt.
It's probably
and
what
it's
happened.
and if again we're really just kind of recklessly throwing around.
Yeah, this is speculation. I don't want to
It's just gosh.
confuse this for fact.
If in fact this is what happened, not a lot of nightlife in Anaheim for some young strapping lads to go out if they wanted to. I don't think is there. It's kind of a sleepy little
Head to the
spot.
coast. Was it
Newport Beach.
Newport? There's your move.
How close is that to
Not
Anaheim?
close, not
20
close
maybe?
enough. They don't, the fellas are focused on the game tonight, guys. They're not going out.
Well, I mean, they'll have revenge on their minds since Frankie Vetrano and the boys handed one to them.
They're not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not
A
going
couple
to take
weeks ago.
last night's loss lightly.
Oh, and that's the other thing. They'll be a little down.
Surly.
Their spirits will be.
That's weird. I was going to commend them for doing what they're doing.
I thought they did a hell of a job.
So
Second
there's
period,
4
though.
left. These guys have
Really
been
good.
very fixated on the
2-0.
task at hand here.
3-0. Nice. Well done.
Now, it was
Well-
2-0 in San Jose, as we were reminded on the broadcast. So
That's San Jose. San
Pump the
Jose
brakes.
excels.
Yeah,
they know
I
what the
mean-
hell they're doing.
Don't sleep on the Sharks. That's what we always say because you think you're home, you think you're good, and those San Jose Sharks they'll get you.
they'll bite your pinky off. Remember?
Ooh.
Yeah, something like that.
it, he got my pinky.
Yeah, damn it. My pinky.
No, you shouldn't have stuck it in there, you idiot.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Okay, where's my
Get focused, Dean.
where's
Come on,
my
Dean.
come on, guys,
Ooh.
fellas.
Not that big a desk.
Time for opening statements. We
Okay,
need to
we'll
really get into this game from last night.
Yeah, we do.
Can we just play Pinder from last and Pike? Like,
Nope.
That would be dynamite.
We're going for brunch, Dean. Play last night's Afterburner. We'll be back in 90 minutes.
Opening statements from McLeod Law. It's Peter Klein at McLeod Law, the personal injury guy. He's also the go-to guy in Calgary for your disability insurance claim. If your long-term disability insurance company is refusing to pay those insurance benefits, you contact Peter. He'll get you those benefits you paid for and that you deserve. And, of course, with that, some peace of mind. McLeod-law.com. We'll see how good he is at drafting a NHL playoff roster in about a week.
How did they go last year? I don't have the standings.
I don't know. They had a great time.
They did, yes. I don't
They had
know
a
that
great
it's gonna have
time.
more fun than the McLeod Law table. They were not the villain. They were denied an ability to donate even more. They tried to move up in the draft.
Tried to engineer a controversial trade,
a massive move up the draft board before it went on. But
there's been election interference in some of the federal stuff that we hear.
Yeah, we had some hanging chads
right?
last
Like,
year.
is this something we're going to have to get into?
Hanging chads. That's right.
Yeah, they're in Florida. Remember who are these?
Yeah.
Why are they hanging in Florida?
Yeah.
All
right. So 4-1, the Kings beat the Flames. With that, the Kings punched their ticket to the postseason. What, their third straight year they're going off to the whoop-de-doo, and so good for them.
They're really happy.
Flames were, of course, eliminated from the whoop-de-doo. So
not last night. Yeah, they've had many a day to lick their wounds on that.
Yeah, but the whoop-de-doo starting to shape up. We're gonna, it's
lots to be determined, but I think we kind of have it feels like you've got 15 of the 16 teams sorted, I want to say.
St. Louis, Vegas both playing tonight.
That could be sewn up tonight.
Depending on what happens there, it could be
lights out?
Yeah.
Or stave?
Well, stave, I guess, although
lights out.
Stave.
Yeah, probably lights out. What do we make of the match? I guess let's talk from the perspective, because a lot is made of the suffocating style, the trap them up, clog them up LA Kings, and how they are built for success in the postseason. Did they give you the feel of a playoff team last night, Warner? Somebody that's a team that's going to have some success in about 8 days.
They have the capabilities to have success. I don't know if they're going to. The problem is they're going to play against the Oilers, probably.
Yeah, it could be the Oilers.
It's going to be a tough out. They beat them back-to-back.
Could be Vancouver. Right? I like their chances against Vancouver a little more.
I kind of like the Vancouver setup more.
Yeah,
I don't mind the team, and they played the Flames, and I don't claim the Flames were very good, and I don't know that LA was perfect on the night. I like the style of game, and I'm optimistic. If I'm a Kings fan, I'd be optimistic that you've got a group of players that can elevate from even where they are right now.
There's a system and a structure there that really makes it difficult for other teams to get chances at all. And I think that's how they've survived with the net mining that they've been given. They don't ask their goalies to make many tough saves at all. Like, I'm trying to think of a miraculous or good save Cam Talbot had to make last night.
Yeah, I don't either.
Is there one? And so, they have if they get a lead, they're in a nightmare to play because they just clog the neutral zone. And if you are getting shots, it's from the outside. And so now there's a lot of pressure placed on your special teams. And for a team like Edmonton, you could survive that. But I mean,
I'm shaking my head and I'm going to jump in on you. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
I just recall there was a transition play where Greer got the puck, and there was kind of an opportunity that they might be able to create an odd man opportunity. Oh boy.
Yeah.
The Kings got up 2-0 less than a minute into the second, and the game was a 2-goal lead or more from that point forth. And the way that LA plays, it was just over.
Credit to Kelly Rudy, who really tried to keep the lifelines attached to this one.
He and Rick Ball understand they're in the entertainment business,
right? They are not
dummies.
There's lots to be decided yet. This is still anybody's game. Woo. They make it 3-1. Oh well, we got down ourselves 2. One now. Hey,
just like San Jose, down 2, not over yet.
Yeah,
and maybe this is the spark that LA's not allowing 4 tonight. No, they aren't.
Yeah, they probably could have gone with the extra attacker and still would have been okay. Maybe
I thought the Kings were using extra attacker. It looked like a 1-4-1 the way they were playing the neutral zone. There's bodies everywhere here. They can't get through.
Anyway, it's so good for the Kings. They're in. It's great. Jim Hiller. We all love Jim.
Do we?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Looking forward to having a beer and meeting you, Jimmy. I don't know if I'm rooting for you or not.
Oh, I thought you had some sort of insider. Yeah. He's a dick kind of take.
No, I don't really know much about him. Don't know much about him.
DJ Smith,
former Senators head coach, is an assistant there. Is that the
Leafs assistant coach? No, you've got ties to the Leafs. It's hard for me.
Leafs guy.
Yeah. I don't want to shortchange McLeod Law here. I don't know. Are we on our closing statements already? It's
almost 4 to go. 10th. Yeah, number 10 got his 12th of the year.
Yeah.
Nurmanov, another point. Will Ferrell was there.
Will was
you know
was
what?
into it.
These are my opening statements. Boy, the LA Kings, and this is what they're doing on the broadcast. Like, you wouldn't believe it. There's celebrities here in LA, and I don't know how they did it.
Yeah.
Oh, did Will Ferrell go to a Kings game?
Oh, is he at a
You
Kings
don't say. And when it said "Go Kings Go," he was cheering "Go
the
Kings
Kings.
Go."
Yeah.
Got it.
He must be a fan because we see him at a lot of games.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
And he doesn't strike me as a guy that needs to be seen. Hey, look at me, get a load of me. Although he does have tickets right in the glass.
I would say he absolutely does strike me as a guy.
Does he?
They're all that guy
Yes.
because that's their thing.
I
Is
guess.
you have to be
it's
seen.
part of your image, I think. You're a King super fan. You're on the glass, and they cut to you how many times a night? It's
Yeah.
definitely then.
Well,
It's like
for
being courtside in the
comparison,
NBA. You're there to be noticed.
like Kim Kardashian strikes me as someone that needs to be seen. Drake is a guy that needs to be seen. I feel like Will Ferrell's a bit back of that. Anyway,
Nicholson courtside. Does that strike you? Same thing.
Is he still
Shades
alive?
courtside.
I think he's alive.
Wow.
You never see him though now, do you?
Well, I
he's
haven't watched many
old.
Lakers games. I'm sure he's still there.
Old.
Old fella,
Yeah, he's old.
old yeller. Shoot your dog.
Sometimes you gotta.
Mm.
What's your take on the game, Dean?
Yeah.
Well,
86.
I don't want to dominate the conversation.
Yeah, no.
I'm the host. I just kind of
You're
set the table for you
You're so
guys.
thoughtful.
Just tee it up, hand it
Yeah,
off.
It's not really my job to
More of a
be
game manager.
overly opinionated.
Yeah.
So let's just say again, congrats to the Kings. We look forward to finding out who your opponent will be in round one. They will be a road team.
They're confirmed? Because Oilers haven't locked in home ice yet. They can do that tonight. They'll likely be a road team is probably the safer way to frame that.
Yeah.
I think they have to be a road team.
But I am,
Even
again,
if they win 3,
I'm a
they're
renegade.
tied, but they
I'll
don't
throw
have
that
the
shit
wins.
around. I'm going to say it again. They're going to be a road team.
Okay.
You,
Son of a
you
gun.
know, it's like your Christmas comment.
Brash.
Just loose.
Loose. Free and loose. Yep.
Mhm.
So tonight it's the Ducks.
DUK. Ducks.
Ducks. 4 games left for the Flames. The Ducks beat the Flames.
You were there.
I was there.
How many games have you been to this year? Like 3?
1, 2.
And you went to the Ducks in the spring?
Yeah.
After the Flames were eliminated.
He's got a love affair with the Ducks. He's gone to the Ducks before and been disappointed. I think he went
Living
at
owes me $400.
Yeah, I think he went at Christmas
Yeah,
once.
at
to a
least back
Ducks.
then they had the Ducks were good.
Yeah, Ducks were good then. And you know what? In fairness, they were good last week. They were better than the Flames last week. They deserved to win.
Yeah. By the way, if the Kings win their 3 remaining games, they would hold the tiebreak against the Oilers. Oilers have to lose their final 5. It's not happening. They will start on the road, but people in the comments,
What's the tiebreak?
it's not 100%. It'd be 99 point something percent. It'll be regulation wins in which they'd have one more than the Edmonton Oilers.
The Kings? Because it
If
shows here they have 42 wins. If they got 3 games left and they win, that gets them to 45, and they'd be tied in
That's
points.
because you're looking at overtime wins as well, not regulation wins. Which
I'm
is
just
the first
looking
tiebreak.
That wins.
Yeah, which is not a tiebreak.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, it's
Well,
just for
where's
the people in the
that
comments
list?
saying it's 100%. It's 99.9.
Oh,
That's me
RW.
being a
It's
dick.
the RW. It's the Rhett Warner Award.
It's the Rhett Warner wins.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Thank you for
Ooh.
this, Ryan.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm with Dean. They're going to start on the road.
Yeah, I'm with you too. Just wanted to infuriate people a little bit. So mission accomplished, and we'll move along.
I know it's only rock and roll, but I like it.
Yes, I do. The harder rock and roll is still beating. If
Wow.
what
Huey?
I've seen, I believe 'em.
Is that Huey?
That sounds like Huey.
They say the harder rock. Are you enjoying the Masters? Have you been watching any?
I watched last night.
Was it watching you or you were watching it?
No, I was watching it,
Okay.
and it was great. I like when Tiger's in it somewhat. I found it not surprising, but awesome that was the only group they focused on for a large portion of what I watched.
I had mixed reviews on that because someone was like, "Oh, this stupid rain delay. Now we're only going to get to see Tiger," and I'm like, Is that bad or good? Because I mean, there's not many of these left that we're going to be able to watch.
And he was playing all
Tiger.
right.
That's
So
what
that
I mean.
one save from the behind the green. Oh, beautiful. Thought he was in trouble there, Dean. You know what I'm talking about? No.
It's his golf year. It's his year for golf.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
You're gonna get a tattoo.
Oh, boy, Jacko.
We can't even read it.
Where's
My eyes
TW?
are so bad.
Where's TW? Don't see TW.
Homa.
Max Homa. Look at that start.
He's a Homa. I got it on here in my home studio. Last I saw
Really?
TW even
On the day or the tournament or both?
on the day.
All right. Yeah, the
You
old
want some play-by-play?
That's great. No.
the old DeChambeau par 68. He bested it yesterday. That DB putting in a round one.
Camilo Villegas. Wolf tonight?
Oh, I
would
hope
think
so.
so. Back to back.
Yeah.
Does he drop a lot of pucks?
Wolf or Bergstrom?
Wolf. Ow. Wolf.
Ow. I'm not in a position to answer that. I don't know that I feel.
Pay attention to it.
I do need to pay attention.
Pay
more.
attention to it.
I was paying attention last night. He
Just pay
wasn't in.
attention. Okay. There's a lot of pucks that seem to get to him, and then they're not quite under control.
Do you know the other thing I've noticed in the last year is that Jacob Markstrom is
Tall?
closer to Mike Smith puck playing than I really hoped when he'd arrived.
That's not a compliment, right? I don't.
No, I know.
That's not
There's too many adventures. Another one last night where it's like, why are you in the corner, bud? You're not even allowed to play the puck there.
Freaking
It's a
boring
penalty
it
if
would
you
be to
touch the
play in
puck
those
in there.
games. Like he's feeling it too.
Like Wolf's already a much better puck mover as a goaltender. In my
Don't
mind.
jump to conclusions.
No, I'm just seeing him saw stuff, finding guys in the tape.
Mm.
Marky's just like, why are you taking all these risks all the time?
The one game that I
Sounds
went
great,
to, I was watching Wolf in the warm-up. He is
Yes.
very adept at handling the puck.
I think he's really good at
Good
it.
for him. Glad to hear that.
Positive.
I hate that stupid rule. Get rid of the trapezoid.
Get rid of it altogether or inverse it. Make them have to leave that far to play it. That would be funny. They got it backwards. If you have to go that far away from your net, now I'm in.
Yeah. That really, when you think about the things that the league will drag their feet on,
Yes. Yeah.
they sure jump to, we need the trapezoid.
This
That's what the
Brodeur
game
guy,
needs.
we can't have this talent out
Marty
there.
Turco
What
is
the
ruining
hell is
hockey.
going on?
Rick DiPietro drafted first overall because he's so good at playing the puck. This game's out of control. Okay.
Well,
I don't know if we can take out the red line. We're just going to have cherry picking everywhere. That's going to take out the.
It's irrelevant, but
Well, it's like having a third defenseman out there. You can't allow that.
Jesus Christ. I mean, and you try to explain it because my daughter's into it. So what's with well, they don't want the goalies playing the puck out there.
But why?
And she's like, well, when would the goalie ever be out there? That's a very good point, sweetie.
Yeah, was this
They go behind the net.
to
They
help
go
Mike
behind the
Smith?
net a lot. Yeah, they do. But so were they going into the corners all the time?
No,
No,
they weren't.
no.
So what
really
did they
no.
accomplish? Nothing, sweetie. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. If anything, it would let the goalie go out there and cause some havoc and some chaos
Yes. Yeah.
that might cause a turnover and a goal. More offense.
it's offense either way, I think.
I agree.
It's
You're either zipping it
offense,
up ice,
yes,
you're getting caught.
or you're effing up, which creates offense, or you're getting the transition game going. Because if it's dumped in for a reason.
yeah.
I need to get off the ice. I'm tired.
And you wonder if you went to the Board of Governors and you but we're going to, guys, welcome to Boca Vista.
Mhm.
On the docket today, we're going to start off with potential rule changes. We're going to open the floor to some suggestions, anything that anybody has as far as some potential rule changes. You would say, fellas, the trapezoid. Who's standing up to say, well, this is
Who's got the
I was
This is
going to
going to
say at
change.
the beginning of that PowerPoint is like, gentlemen, you're all familiar with the rectangle. Let me introduce you to the trapezoid. Like, trapezoid, what the hell's going on here? What? And like, even just the shape of it, that would be in the worst hour of those GMs' lives. What are we doing?
we can get rid of it, right? The trapezoid. Who's
We
standing
damn
up? Well,
well
this is
get
going
rid of
to. I just don't think this is.
and the penalty for playing it. Like
Not a whistle.
No.
Not an offensive zone, automatic offensive zone.
Well, I mean,
a penalty.
it was ruining the game. We had to get that
That's
shit
the
out of there.
point.
Yeah, good stuff.
It was like the foot marks for the face-off. They put those little areas the skates have to be in that they just disregard anyway. Like, are you guys like in bed with the fucking ice painting company? Like you're selling more paint here. That's all more lines on the rink. What
We
the
need more
hell else
hash
have you
marks.
accomplished?
Yeah,
Get those
we need more
hash marks lined up, damn it.
Jeez.
No cheating.
Yeah, real good. Well, hey, we got it all figured.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we got it all figured. That'll do it for opening statements and closing statements and opening statements for tonight's game. That's what
That'll do it.
that's yeah. Shane King over at McLeod Law. We've been telling you about him. Partner in the litigation and dispute resolution group. If you've been let go or terminated, this is where you need to listen up. Shane specializes in areas like employee rights. You have rights. Shane will go over your situation, make sure that you've been treated fairly, as the law requires, using a practical approach and plain language. And maybe, just maybe, you deserve better. Shane will know if that's the case. He's the guy to contact. He's your man. It's McLeod Law for all, whatever your challenge is, business or personal. They're in it with you. McLeod-law.com.
Really good question in the comments there from Mr. Public Pain. Boomer, are you in a Mexican gang? Look at the outfit.
He does have a bit of that vibe.
Yes.
Well, and I wouldn't mess with him.
No, I would
not mess with him.
If he's down in San Jose del Cabos, I'm staying away from this amigo.
Yes.
Holy.
Can't you see him on a street corner
Jeez.
eyeballing you?
Get out of the way. Look out.
Look out, muchachos.
Carnitas double meat, please.
That's good, actually.
Vato. Hey, look at, you know what? It's time.
It's time.
This guy, he sent a text this morning. He's like, guys, I'm really sorry. I'm going to be late today. I feel badly about it.
Jeez.
And so he should.
That's your life.
3 frickin' minutes.
3 minutes.
It's unacceptable.
Basically just have to play toilet flushing sound effects for 3 minutes. We had nothing to do.
I don't know how we, in fairness, we've
Ruin
not
the
done
show.
a very good job of filling this show today, but we go to the TELUS Insider Hotline. It's a presentation of TELUS where you can enter to win one of 6 monthly prizes, including tickets to Calgary hockey games, awesome tech like AirPods, Apple Watches, and more. No purchase necessary. All you have to do is fill out a quick survey to enter. For your chance to win, go online, telus.com/flames contest. Our insider and TSN insider, Darren Dreger.
Day ruiner.
Yes, you throw us through completely into a twist.
Double dose of Buffalo, by the way, for me today. Double dose. That's why I was late. I mean, we've got Rhett. I assume he's in Buffalo. And I just, no, he's not. Okay. So I just,
Oddly.
yeah. I just got off the air with Marty Biron on Sabres Live. Mate. I mean, I still don't get it, and I tease him about it all the time. The man has lived in the United States for what, 30 years?
Oh yeah,
At least. Yeah.
And it sounds like we just pulled him out of Quebec City.
It really does. Zutalo!
He's a this or that. Like, he's a good guy, though. Lots of fun.
Yeah, he is a good guy. Well, we haven't brought it up yet, but so if it's the Salt Lake Yetis, is Yetis plural or is it Yeti? Is Yeti the plural? I don't know. How does that work?
It's a good question. I think it's just Yeti.
The Salt Lake Yeti.
Is there more than one of them? I don't even know.
I saw it
on
way back when there was a Saskatoon Storm basketball team.
Yeah.
And they had a big thing about how they were unique because there was no S at the end of the name.
Yeah,
There's not very many teams that don't have an S, so that's important.
You got the Wild, the Magic, the Jazz. There's a few, but there's not many.
Yeah.
So they could have 2 in the same state.
Kraken.
I don't know how you don't jump all over that if you're Ryan Smith.
Yeah.
So it sure feels kind of like this is going to happen. Are you of the same mindset?
Yeah. And, I'll just go with high-placed sources who give it a strong chance that it happens. And the good news is, aside from that, and I don't know what the players feel. I mean, they probably don't want to leave Arizona, but they also don't want to play in a building with less than 5,000 seats in a makeshift dressing room. Mm-hmm. They want the NHL experience. That's what they want. That's what visiting teams want. But when you leave the arena, especially if you're a family man, there's nothing better than Arizona. Well, there are a few teams that would be better than Arizona. So it's going to be a challenge. But, this is in the best interest of the National Hockey League. It really, truly is. So there's some stuff that has to get done. Nothing has been concluded to this point. And I think that Commissioner Gary Bettman and the National Hockey League are treading carefully here just to make sure that things go smoothly with the Marullo family and the Arizona Coyotes. They don't want this to come off the rails and end up in litigation. So we've tried to ascertain, okay, well, what is the sale price for the Arizona Coyotes? And league sources aren't presenting or providing that. I mean, I see it's been speculated somewhere around $1 billion or north of $1 billion. So in theory, the NHL would buy the Arizona Coyotes for that amount, around that amount, and then sell it to Ryan Smith and Utah, in addition to a relocation fee, which again remains undisclosed. So it's going to be interesting, but it does sound like the NHL is going to make that decision one way or another in the next 10 days, 2 weeks.
So you talk about the players. There's multiple layers here. There's the 23 guys under contract to the Coyotes, and you know there'll be free agents there, blah, blah, blah. But the PA as a whole, I would think it would be as one-sided as a vote could be, understanding how this, you know, hockey-related revenue hurts the ability to grow the cap, to increase wages. Like if the PA's job is to help the players get a bigger salaries, they're voting 100% on this thing, aren't they?
I would think so. You know, again, it's just every year there's a wave or a number of different waves that seem to crash around the Arizona Coyotes, and what is happening here and what is happening there, and the speculation has been endless. But you know, Marty Walsh and the Players Association represent each one of those players, and you're right. It's not just the guys who, you know, are involved at the NHL level. That's their primary concern. But you look throughout the organization, you look at, you know, the draft picks that are developing in all of those scenarios. But, you know, at some point you got to cut bait. And I would think that that's where the Players Association are as well. But there are tangible concerns here. You know, if you're a family guy who owns a house in Arizona, you know, what do you do with that? You just throw it onto the market and do the same thing in Salt Lake. And, you know, you don't have a quick turnaround here, right? We're talking about if this goes through, and again, we believe there's a strong chance it will, that's for 24, 25. So you've got to it's almost like being traded, right? You've got to get your ducks in a row and get it figured out in a hurry. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of contingency assets are available to each player to try and expedite this process.
I wonder too about just that financial component, like you say, if it's 1.2 billion, and then there's a relocation fee on top of that. Ryan Smith is kind of doing Bettman and the league a bit of a favor here at the same time. I just wonder where's, you know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of a thing. There's got to be some, you would think something aside from just getting a team, which Smith wants, but you would think there'd be something there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But maybe it is just a slight financial break. Yeah. Maybe that's it. I think that Smith and his group with the Utah Jazz would have preferred an expansion. And maybe also part of that is all the hype that goes into it, right? I mean, you look at the Vegas Golden Knights and what they were able to do very, very quickly. And I'm not talking about on the ice. I'm talking about off the ice. The momentum that was built. Likewise with, you know, the Seattle Kraken. So there's a little bit of the polish rubbed off when you're jumping into the relocation opportunity, but something is better than nothing. And at least in this case, you know, your something is ready to roll in 24, 25, as opposed to maybe a season or two down the road.
What would happen if there was a guy with a no mood clause? Because I see there's a couple modifieds, and that's it. Most of this Phoenix team is not locked in and does not have any sort of trade protection. But the no move would have been an interesting conversation. Like, let's say it's a 35-year-old bound to go to the Hall of Fame, like Shane Doan, if he was still around. Like, I wonder what kind of stink he could put up. Like, this is movement. Like, you can't send me to the minors. You can't trade me. Any sort of like that would, does that fascinate you, or is that
you're
like
fighting a giant and you're going to lose?
You're going to lose. I just wonder if there's any recourse there.
Go ahead, Rhett.
Well, I was just going to say, does the Atlanta to Winnipeg not have some precedence on how this plays? Like, is there not a correlation there?
Yes, there is. And I'm trying to think about, I know Andrew Ladd was one of them. Who is the other player that quickly visited, you know, Winnipeg after being part of that Atlanta transfer? And, you know, the good people of Winnipeg, and I'm talking about Mark Chipman, who's one of the owners, and David Thompson, who's probably almost never in Winnipeg, but he's got big bucks invested here. They did a wonderful job of making sure that Andrew Ladd and his family, and who's the other player? It's going to come to me here eventually.
Was it Bufflin or Wheeler or who?
Yeah. Oh, it would have been Blake Wheeler for sure. And maybe Dustin Bufflin. They rolled out the red carpet and made sure they showed Winnipeg in its grandest. And, if you're, I think Wheeler was an outdoorsy sort of guy. Certainly Dustin Bufflin is. Mm-hmm. And Andrew Ladd, they really drove home the family feel, that aspect of what Winnipeg could provide. And all three players hooked in and said, yep, no problem. So all of this kind of coincides. And I think it's more a coincidence than it is anything else. Marty Walsh, the executive director of the PA, is on an agent tour right now. So he met with New York-based agents on Tuesday. He met with LA-based agents on Thursday. And, there's some heavy hitters in that group. Would have been Pat Brisson of CAA Hockey. Alan Walsh is based out of LA. And I guarantee you those guys would have had a laundry list of questions around this scenario and what happens to those players if they don't want to go to Salt Lake. If they're family and they would rather have their contract opened up. I don't know. I mean, you can't do that, but what are some of the things that the Players Association could expect or could ask for? And there's another agent meeting with Marty Walsh in Toronto. So the two areas of concern, number one, now Arizona and everything we've talked about here. And then number two, and not to get into the eye glazing stuff, but the collective bargaining agreement expires in September of 2026. So just over 2 years. And these agents want to know what Marty Walsh's game plan is, right? So there's a lot that's been going on this week.
That's fun. Always love reopening that CBA.
It's going to be great.
So going back,
go ahead, Dean. Sorry.
No, you go.
Oh, I was just making a joke that we were going to get rid of the trapezoid under that.
Yeah, we fixed that problem with the trapezoid. Yeah,
and I was going to come up with a very valid point that so Chipman didn't bring you back to Winnipeg to show Ladd around, take him to the Palomino or eat some pickerel down at the Forks or something. You'd have been the guy, right?
Buddy, you don't go walleye fishing anywhere near Winnipeg. All right. You just go to the Lake of the Prairies where it's fresh and it's clean and it's delicious.
That's right.
And I haven't been to the Palomino Club since I left Winnipeg in 97.
There you go. 97. God, we're all getting old. Noah Hanifin. Yeah. I want to go to Tampa Bay. I want to be a Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay Lightning for me.
Florida.
Sides with the Vegas Golden Knights yesterday. 8 years. I guess Vegas is okay. Thoughts on the deal?
Yeah, you know what? I think it's a fair deal for Noah Hanifin. And, I guess what I'm most impressed with, and this always gets me, is when players bet on themselves. This guy pushed away from 60 Schmill in Calgary, right? Mm-hmm. Like that can't be easy to do. And at that time, he was playing just okay. He wasn't playing his best. And then, as you guys know, second half of the season, he's been terrific. And he's been really good for the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, there are some out there who aren't employed by the Vegas Golden Knights who would still poke holes in his game. Maybe it doesn't have enough bite to it. At times, is the hockey IQ as sharp as you would like it to be? I mean, whatever. At 7.35, I think that's good value. I know it's front loaded. On the open market, he gets at least that. He gets more than that on the open market. But you do have the tax benefit. So he's either going to Tampa Bay or a Florida team, or to Vegas, or to Nashville, or to Dallas. Otherwise, he's getting into a higher tax bracket, and then the expected money has got to be creeping up in the 8+ range. And in this case, they get him for the maximum 8 years as an unrestricted free agent. He's only getting 7.
Yeah, and they're clearly competitive. That's a piece of this, right?
Yeah.
I think if the Calgary Flames had won a cup last year, they have a very good shot of re-signing Noah Hanifin. They did not. Vegas did.
Yeah. And I would say as soon as we saw what McCrimmon stepped up to pay to acquire Noah Hanifin, I think you knew at that point that, unless it was a disastrous fit, which it wouldn't have been, but unless it just completely came off the rails, that there's no way Krim was just going to let this guy walk and pay that price for a rental. Like that negotiation obviously wasn't part of it, but the way it was explained to me was tremendous.
The whole picks moving around the first round?
Well, but McCrimmon calls Conroy, what do you need for Noah Hanifin? Well, here's what we need. Okay, done. Like,
All right. Okay, but there's one caveat. I might use this 2025
Exactly.
first on another deal. So if I do use it, I got to give you the 2026. Well, okay, but it has to be unprotected.
And we'll leave it unprotected, which almost never happens, right? Yeah. But that tells you how much interest, how much, the Vegas Golden Knights and McCrimmon specifically valued Noah Hanifin. So as soon as all of that intel started to surface, and I'm like, all right, we'll just extend them already. Just get it done. So I wasn't at all surprised.
And you can see how it happens. You go to Vegas, even if you're not a Vegas person, right? But so you're playing in front of a full barn, that brand new rink, brand new practice facility. The weather's great.
Yeah,
it's
winning culture.
How
baseball team coming,
right? And 735 a year.
Yeah.
Turn down 60 in Calgary. He'll be netting more. In Vegas.
Have you guys seen the Vegas Golden Knights tweet that just came out?
No.
Mark Stone has been cleared to practice with the team on the ice as he continues to recover from a lacerated spleen sustained on February 20th. Stone is expected to participate in a non-contact jersey beginning, I don't know, hold on. Beginning on Friday, so today, during the team's morning skate.
Well, how about that?
This is
that's right on cue.
Well, look, I mean, in their defense, this isn't your typical hockey injury, right? Like, how do you put a timeline on a lacerated spleen? Like, I don't know.
Well, and so I guess we see all these people on social media, especially where you should go to for rational thought these days. It's over the cap, LTI. Like last year, how many teams in the playoffs would have been over the cap significantly with LTI? Like 5, 6, 7. Like this isn't just one team.
No.
And it's when the team wins the cup that people melt down. Nobody cared that Mike Smith pretended he was hurt all last year with a significant cap hit. Nobody did.
No, that's right.
Can I bring up another point? And I don't know if it has any thing to do. In the NBA, they got these guys, the stars, they're playing. And then they have, what do they call them?
Load management.
It's basically, I mean, is there a spot where the NHL gets to that? And they're basically, this is considered load management almost. Like, would you be more pissed off?
Yeah.
If you're right, would you be more pissed off if you're an NBA fan going to watch? I was driving up to Toronto the other day, and there was a Raptors game, and the Lakers were in town. And people were pumped. The Lakers are in town. LeBron's going to play. Well, maybe LeBron's not going to play.
Maybe it's load.
Would you be more pissed off at that or at these guys going on right? Like a lacerated spleen is a reason to be on the LTIR.
Yes, it is.
Load management is a choice. Where they just take them up. Now, it doesn't count against the cap and all this. But I'm just saying, as a fan, you got all these people pissed off at Vegas. Well, they're doing it the way they can.
Yeah, and they're playing within the rules. And that's what fans maybe don't understand or appreciate is that, you have to comply with the salary cap. You don't have a choice. That's just the way it is. Now, with load management, the National Hockey League will investigate in certain situations to make sure that player X is legitimately banged up. Now, you don't have to have a torn ACL. I mean, you can't have something nagging. Like Connor McDavid as an example, right? Mm-hmm. This for the playoffs, he's playing. He wants to get that 100th assist. Of course he does. I haven't checked. I'd be shocked if he's playing tonight. They've got a back-to-back. I think it's more likely that he plays tomorrow. But that's load management. And, he's one of, if not the best player on the planet, right? So, I'd be ticked off if I were a fan. But, again, remember the takeaway from the National Hockey League GM's meetings recently. And that was that the executive committee of general managers each have their gaggle of fellow GMs, and they're supposed to talk amongst themselves for the foreseeable future, and then report back at some point to the group to say, all right, the consensus is that we need to do something to manage this better in the playoffs. So whether it's in the next CBA, which, as I reminded, is just over 2 years away, or they feel like they can do something more quickly, I don't know, but it's definitely on their radar.
I saw Brian Burke was on with our guys in Toronto, and his take on it is it's within the rules. It's in the CBA. But as you go into a new CBA, is it being used in the spirit of the rule?
Right.
Or is it guys trying to find a way around? It's clearly guys finding a way around. And if this was Mark Stone, if this was the first time Stone and Vegas did this, this would be a great story. Mark Stone's getting healthier, he's coming back. But we've seen Tampa do it, we've seen a lot of teams do it. I don't know. It's there for a reason. And then if you take it away because it's being abused, if people want to call it that, then what happens when you really need it?
How can you take it away? Because there's not a doctor out there that's going to tell you you're not injured.
Yeah, and Mark Stone might be legitimately hurt, and this is a perfect time when there's nothing going on. It's just that no one's giving Vegas the benefit of the doubt anymore.
That's exactly what it is. And again, just to remind people, it's not like the NHL wouldn't have checked. Like their medical people in the NHL office would be, in constant communication with the Vegas Golden Knights, both over Hurdle, who recently made his debut after the San Jose trade, and now with Mark Stone. And likewise, with where this all started a few years back with Nikita Kucherov, who skated for several weeks before miraculously making that return. Yet that was done with the NHL saying no problem.
Yeah.
So I'll go back to the Mike Smith one because I know the Oilers fans they were lost to Vegas and they're very vocal about it. So let's put an example in their backyard. How can a guy play the last game of a season and then be deemed unfit to play the next season and they write the whole thing off? How does the NHL justify that?
Good question, and I don't really have an answer other than. Sorry, I'm choking here.
No, you're good. You're good.
Sound like Ken Holland when I'm asking him.
But again, it goes back. The problem with all that is that there's no doctor in the world. If you say you're hurt, what the hell is a doctor going to say?
Yeah,
they aren't going to say you're not hurt. Get out there. Because the moment you do that, you
liability.
You are out. Yeah, and you're going to sue his ass off. Like that's what's going to happen, and then you're going to sue the league.
Yeah,
it's always about NHL clearance though. Doesn't matter what the situation is. I mean, we used to joke in Toronto. You remember when Stefan Robida, played for the Leafs and then he didn't play for the Leafs. And he had a legit injury, but enough to take him out of the National Hockey League entirely. And it was joking. Of course, Lou Lamoriello was the general manager, and it's forever been deemed Robida Island in Toronto, where these players like Matt Murray, who's practicing again, so he's no longer on the island. But it happens with all these clubs around the NHL. But you've got to have the financial wherewithal to withstand it. But without the National Hockey League being on board, it doesn't happen.
I'm just looking what they've got for cap space. If let's say that the league was like, okay, Mark Stone's ready, you got to suit him up in the regular season. They're over the cap. They can't do it. I'm correct.
Well, he won't. He won't suit up for the regular season.
I get it.
Yeah. And in fact, again, we'll have to see how this story plays out. When they declared that he was done for the regular season, they actually added a little bit to say that he was questionable for the playoffs. Yeah. It felt like he for sure would miss the first round, maybe would come back in the second round. So, yeah. I mean, if he dresses for game one, I mean, it'll all be smoke. I mean, there won't be any fire to it, but it'll give us more to talk about for sure.
So last night, it's I read this morning, the fifth time in the last 7 days, there's been a swap in the second wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. How about Pittsburgh?
Love it.
Who has, they 7-0-3 in their last 10. They look dead. When they came through Calgary, they looked awful. They blew a lead. They did not look good out west at all, not just in Calgary. Yeah. But it's a late charge, and he won't get it. But Sidney Crosby is
out. The Islanders, I think, are going to make it. They look like they're in good shape.
Nice bulge there.
So, what's going to become a wash? But right now, it definitely favors the Pittsburgh Penguins. And what a story that is for hockey. Not just
for hockey. Yeah.
Well, and Dubas took a lot of heat because we heard the comments from the room after the deadline. He can't get Gensel re-signed, trades them, takes a bunch of prospects, but the throw-in contract to help the money work, Michael Bunting, has been really good for them down the stretch. Good. I'm looking at it. He's got 6 points in April already. Like he quietly did a really good job. If you're going to delete a top 6 guy, Bunting's come in and done the job.
And he was a fourth line guy for the Carolina Hurricanes, which is surprising because Rod Brindamore always seems to get the best out of his guys. He does. So whether they didn't mesh or whatever, who knows, but he has been exactly what Kyle Dubas and the Pittsburgh Penguins, needed at that point. And, watch Evgeny Malkin. Like Evgeny Malkin looked like he was one stride from retirement prior to the trade deadline. Now, all of a sudden, again, especially in the offensive zone, obviously that's where you need him the most. But they've really got something going there. And their goaltending is stabilized. So we'll see. I mean, the next 3 games, who do they have? They've got Boston, Nashville, and the Islanders, right? So that Pittsburgh Islander game is going to be a beauty, assuming that they get by Boston, Nashville unscathed. Then you've got Philadelphia with 2 games left. They've got New Jersey and Washington to wrap up.
What's interesting is the Islanders might have nothing to play for that game too.
They may not.
It's a big one now, but they're
Islanders
3
have won
points
6
up.
in a row. I mean, they're in, right?
They're 3 up with 3 to play on the competition. Like that's
so somebody
on their face.
And look, somebody asked William Nylander recently when the Penguins came through town, I think it was, whether or not he liked the idea of the Pittsburgh Penguins making it into the playoffs. And, I can appreciate the question because as we've talked about, it's a good story for hockey. Willie basically looked at the guy and said, "Are you serious? No, we want to win." Because that's the respect that a better team like Toronto would have for Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins. I mean, again, how do you know anything is possible? But it's going to be fun. It's going to juice up the playoffs for sure if they make it.
Yeah. 6-5 in overtime. I'm not sure you had talked about their goaltending because they had a lead in the third and then they gave up their defense. Watching Carlson and Letang back there, it's a carnival ride. And then, of course, who comes back and scores the OT winners? Well, totally redeemed yourself. But I just wonder how that goaltending and D is going to hold up in a 7-game series.
Yeah, I mean, it's fire wagon hockey right now for the Penguins. And in that game, it turned into a track meet. I mean, I guess you're okay with it if you're Mike Sullivan, as long as Carlson and Letang get the puck on their stick. Yeah. I mean, that's their best form of defense is offense, right? And both guys are gifted skaters and all of that. But as we know, historically, things get a lot tighter in the playoffs. They just do. So they don't like chasing games because that's not necessarily how they're built, but they certainly have the capability of playing a game like that, as we saw.
Well, and the other thing is, like you mentioned, the 2-goal lead. They're up 5-3 last night. They were up 4-1 last Saturday against Tampa, only to have to win that, break a tie in the last 10 minutes.
Well, they collapsed against Colorado 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah. They had the lead and collapsed, and they ended up losing that game. But it's certainly like Jack, our producer, is a monster Penguins fan, and we're shaving weeks off his life every time they drop the puck with the Penguins these days.
Well, in that overtime point, they lost to the Leafs the other night. It's going to sting, right? And I mean, the broadcast was going bananas because Crosby wasn't on the ice for overtime, and I get it. But I'm sitting there watching at home going, there's got to be something going on here. And as we learned after the fact, he had a bad skate. But that one point, that's how tight it is right now for a lot of teams. But that one point may end up costing them if they don't get there.
One more week. And then we're into it.
Wow.
Into it.
We'll know all the matchups next time we chat, Dregs. That'll be unbelievable.
Yeah. Right. Looking forward to it. You guys, do you travel for the Stanley Cup final? Do you guys go or just the draft?
Yeah, when the Flames play the Sabres, we'll be there.
Okay.
No,
perfect. I think. What year is that, by the way?
That's right. Yeah.
No, was that not this year? I booked off end of June.
Matter of time. Matter of time. Have a great weekend, buddy. We'll talk to you.
All right, fellas. Enjoy the Masters.
You betcha. There's Darren Dreger, our insider, and TSN insider joining us on the Insider Hotline for TELUS. It's their world-leading technology that's driving meaningful change, transforming healthcare, making the food supply more sustainable, reducing our environmental footprint, connecting Canadians in need. That's what TELUS does. They're the most caring and giving company in the world. Learn more at TELUS.com/givesback. 1 week. And
trying to find a good side-by-side schedule for these Eastern teams down the stretch. I know.
Yeah, it is crazy because Philadelphia wins last night. They snapped their 8-game skid, but they've only got 2 games left.
Yeah, there.
Pittsburgh, Washington, Detroit all have 3 left. Now, as you mentioned, there's going to be some crossover there, but it feels like Phillies. It's just one loss too many.
Yep.
And 1 point feels like it's going to end somebody's season.
Good news for Jackie Bear over there is Penguins have the regulation win tiebreak against the teams behind them right now.
And what was I reading for where the heck did I put it? Washington has lost 7 of 8.
Oh dear.
That's
And you know
not,
what? Like, I'm thrilled we got to 30, but that's not a team I care to see in the
they're-
playoffs at all. That's
no.
boring and yeah. So somehow, some way, we could get Pittsburgh to pass the Islanders. Then we could potentially get the Rangers Islanders, Dean. Then we can live with the Islanders, right?
On Dean.
Rangers play the Islanders. We're with it, at least in theory. It'll
Yeah.
be another thing. Put it into
It'll be
practice
feisty.
and let's watch it on every other night and see how it turns out. But because the only way they're going to win is if they bore the shit out of you.
Islanders, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to see the fans fight in the stands. And
Islanders have won
Robin's
6
all
in a row. They've allowed 2 or less in 5 straight. Varlamov's been in net and playing well.
really,
They've got Sorokin, as we know. They're going to be trying to snuff the life out of everybody. But yeah, Crosby, 1,000 assists, moves into 10th in scoring all time last night. He's 51 points, I think it is, back of Joe Sakic now.
jeez, so he'll have him
6-5 in overtime. They win it and move into that second wild card. Did not see that coming.
They were 9 out with 10 to play,
they had no mojo or whatever.
blowing leads.
Like
Yeah.
Dregs was saying, you watch Malkin, it was public skate out there.
Yeah,
It was
not even
awful.
cardio.
Yeah. And yeah, for Washington, 7 of 8, they lost to Buffalo last night and fall out of that wild card. So that's no bueno.
Lose to Buffalo. That's like when Philly gets pumped by the Habs. You're down 6-0. You're like, they're done. Like,
Yeah.
it's only one game, but when you needed to show up, that's what you look like at this time of year. You're cooked.
Yeah. Cooked.
Like grilled cheese, Dean?
Depends on the day.
Well, today might be
Today's National Grilled Cheese Day.
Is it? Well,
If you add a meat, is it still a grilled cheese? Or is it just like a panini?
yeah, there's going to have to be a lot of cheese in there. The meat has to be minimal in a sense. You know what I mean?
you know what, Rhett? No. It's a grilled cheese sandwich. That's it. You go into any restaurant and order a grilled cheese, you're not getting meat in it.
It's probably true.
What about peanut butter? There's some idiots out there that put peanut butter in their grilled cheese.
You'd put butter in, but you wouldn't put peanut butter in, correct?
So this is for everybody at home. Walk us through step by step how you make your grilled cheese.
I
Do you-
need.
Okay,
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to as you.
I got the pan out. It's on. Not too hot. Don't want to burn. It's got to have time to melt. I butter the bread. I need soft butter to butter the bread. The shoveler throws the butter into the pan and throws the piece of bread
Into the melted
on
butter.
top of
This is why I asked the question.
it. Mm-hmm. No. I may butter the bread because I want to make sure I get all of the bread.
Coverage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it goes
Yeah.
down. Cheese. Butter the other side. Throw it on top. Flip. Cut. Enjoy. I do like to slice my grilled cheese. Other sandwiches, don't care about.
Diagonal cut.
I cut. Yes.
It's got to be triangles.
Yeah. I'll even go in 4s, depending. We use like a
really?
a rye bread.
Yeah.
But that's the reason I asked, because I think people have different ways of doing it. Some people will put butter in the fry pan,
Yeah.
let it melt, and that serves as their butter for the outside of the one side of the grilled cheese
Yeah,
sandwich.
I'm not down with that. What are we dipping in? What's your side here? Or do you have multiple dips, or is it just straight up?
Straight.
Whatever
There's no
soup-
kids; they'll just
If-
bury that bleeper in
I
ketchup.
do like to dip it in hamburger soup.
Didn't see that
I'm a
coming.
cream of mushroom
Oh.
or tomato, but
Tomato. I
more.
was going to say is
Tomato.
actually a banger
Yeah,
for
tomato.
Yeah.
grilled cheese specifically.
But yeah, I find that if you just do the butter in the pan and then put the bread in there, depending on how much butter I guess you used,
Yeah.
but you're going to find on that one side, well, the edges are still white, and the middle is kind of.
It's half-assing it. Is
Well,
what it
and
is.
one side's not going to be even with the other. What are you
Exactly.
doing here?
No.
It's going to the first side that touches the pan is going to soak it all up, and then the next side is not getting fried properly.
Well, but you're probably buttering that side, right?
Well, now you're half and half in it. That's crazy.
Weirdo.
I can't live in
Because
this
if you never butter, you put butter in the pan, one piece down, assemble the sandwich, piece on top, and you flip it, which again, now it's
Not
not staying
working.
together.
That's
It's
not
not,
gonna work.
there's not going to be enough butter in there.
Nope.
So if
No,
you're
sir.
buttering the top one, come on, guys.
The problem I have is when the butter isn't the room temperature. Like if the butter's too hard to spread on the that I get frustrated with that.
Rhett, it's a thing.
It
You
is.
look into it. Why butter is harder now than it's ever been.
And soap
don't
doesn't
know
last
why.
as long.
Damn.
And the
soap.
key, again, to everybody watching at home,
Uh-huh.
don't make that pan too hot, man.
No, God, no.
Because there's nothing worse than having a burnt outside grilled cheese and like chunky cheese
Straight to the-
inside.
You don't need charcoal on the outside.
Straight
It's not
to
a
the trash bin.
friggin' sprint, guys. Just take your time.
Settle down, fellas.
Put it in there with a nice low heat. Let that cheese melt. Let it melt. Then flip it. And let it do some more melting.
When's your
It's
cooking
worth
show
the
start?
wait.
This is embarrassing that you haven't have a cooking show yet.
Well,
Stop embarrassing us,
as
Steve.
soon as I'm done this stupid thing, then
So
I can
next week?
devote 4 more games. Is that what it is?
Yeah, there you go. Next
Okay.
Friday, debut cooking show.
Thank Christ. Time for the Pinder Report. It's a presentation of Village Honda. Yep, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Honda Civic continues to lead the way in value, reliability, and performance. The 2024 Civic received a 10 out of 10 in car and drivers comprehensive vehicle testing. The Civic Type R and the Civic the SI, number 1 and number 2, respectively, in the sport compact category. It's zippy.
Mhm.
You know, when you're in a city, you want to be able to park easy. You want to be able to, I want to be able to get in and out, make some lane changes, parking lots and that sort of thing. It's Civic. It's what you love about it. Convenient, reliable, easy, and fun to drive. Take one for a ride today at Village Honda, located in the Northwest Auto Mall, online at villagehonda.com. And yes, Village Honda presents
Ryan Pinder.
and the Pinder Report.
Let's go to last night, where a game 78 of the season was talked about until 12:15 a.m. this morning.
Goosh.
We saw, I think, game 8 in the NHL for Ilya Solovyov. He was top 4 Solovyov tonight with the rotation the Flames have going on.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of Slovia. Yeah,
He was,
fine.
My dad coached me for a couple of years, and he always said when I was playing defense, son, if I don't notice you out there, you're doing the right things. And if you had told me that Solovyov had played and showed me a highlight reel, I'd be like, okay, I believe you. But
He was there.
yeah, I mean, 18 minutes of absolute no event hockey, exactly what you hope to see from him.
3 block shots, no giveaways, no takeaways, no hits, no missed shots, no attempts, no shots, no plus, no minus, no pims, no penalties. Yeah.
Yeah, he was fine. Zari was decent. Coronado showed some flashes here and there. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're hoping to put kids with good players and hope that the kids don't look out of place, mission accomplished. They did not look out of place with the good players.
It's about as exciting as it got. We talked about 18 minutes of Solovyov, who accomplished nothing, but nothing got accomplished against him.
Sad I missed it. It's on
Well,
YouTube,
it's available
right?
on YouTube,
Okay,
still
good.
on demand.
I'm
Also,
sure you'll
Spotify, Apple, Amazon, anywhere you get your podcasts. You still really
Yes.
refresh for you.
It's the best part of this medium is it's always
So-
still there.
Next time you wake up at 2 a.m., hammer the play button on that thing, and you don't need to use more screen time. You'll be purring like a kitten again soon. I mean, it's not the talent, clearly. It's just 4-1 in LA on a game 80-78. So Inverse standings. Let's get excited, boys. Here it is. There's the top 5. We've look at this. Oh, my goodness. Tight. Boy, is it ever. Dean, look at the difference between Montreal, who are slated to pick 5th if the lottery balls do no damage, and the Calgary Flames. 2 measly little points. That's it.
1 win, Dean.
1 win, Dean.
1 win, Dean.
And Sunday, the Salt Lake Soakers are in town.
Just give it to him.
Flames, Soakers. Just
So
give
this
it
is
to them. That's right.
Mail
Last
it in.
chance to dance.
Last chance to dance with the Soakers. Man, there's some big ones here in the inverse standings.
Oh, baby.
Let's do it, Jacko. You were hot
Back to
yesterday.
back.
Boss, give yourself a raise if you could do it 2 days in a row. Anaheim.
Lame.
Oh, they pick 8th. Okay.
Soakers.
Go again. Cork Soaker. Chicago. Yeah, I saw that coming. All right, last try, Jackie. You're fired. I'm just kidding. It's only the draft lottery tankathon. Can you fire your own boss? How does that work?
Oh,
2 for Chicago.
back to
God.
back. Chicago's?
So-
That's not ideal.
Someone in Illinois has hacked the website. That's where my head goes, guys, when I see game 78 in this season. Can they improve their chances of that? Can you get up to the 7 hole, the 6 hole, the 5 hole? Please, fellas. Please. And we're sending Tim Nackey, not Harvey. We've decided that.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Well, because you got to send a representative of the city to
Right.
go, and the GMs are always just like, "Oh my God, I'd rather be dead. Like literally bury me right now.
Why am I dealing with that?
Why am I here?" There's like people with ping pong balls in one room, and Bill Daly's trying to do stand-up comedy over here. Like, get me the hell out of here. Tell me where I pick. Send Tim Nackey.
Frank will be there.
Frank will be there auditing, make sure no one's screwing around. Here's the schedule. This is all that's left, friends. This is it. That's all. Tonight, Sunday in Calgary, Tuesday in Vancouver, Thursday against Sharks.
The Sharks.
Sharks. That's it. That is it.
Will they go out in Vancouver? Let loose a little?
The Roxy will probably let them in if they go there.
That's a crappy night to be there. Monday.
Yeah, you're going to find some industry thing on a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. Okay. Ducks look like this. The team that, beat the Flames 6-2 or something gross, a week and a half ago, Dean? The one game you went to a year, you got to be kidding me on that. That can't be right.
Well, I went with you to the one game. It was after Zadorov got traded to Vancouver.
Oh, the Vancouver, yeah. Yeah, okay. So
They
your
lost
second
that
game.
one.
Yeah.
And then the one last week, which, they like they made it 4-2. And it was like, okay, here we go.
You actually liked the Quackers there a few weeks ago.
Well, they were better than the home team that night.
Yeah, and just in terms of like they got some young players. This won't be a bad team for much longer, especially when you flip to the defenseman, where they had they have the reigning defenseman of the year from the O, the Dub, and the Q, Zellweger and injured Minchukov, two of those three fellows. This is a deep group. They're young.
And if you go back to that first, and I'm not sure if you can, Jack, because you may be gone. Did you see this morning that Jacob Silfverberg announced he's retiring at the end of the season?
The old
whatever they have,
Fox.
2 or 3 games left. This is no big whoop-de-doo. It's just, hey, you know what? This is going to be
That's
it
it.
for
That's
me.
all.
Couple games left.
It's a good pro. Nice secondary piece when that team just won the Pacific every year with Getzlaff and Perry and company.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Good for you, son. Nice career. No, Hanifin got signed yesterday, fellas.
Oh, did he?
7.35 million times 8. We talked about it off the top of the show. It's a lot of money, but he's had a really good year. He's a really good player, and he's not that old for a guy that's into free agency this summer or was about to be. Also, the team wins. It's tax-friendly environment. He'll walk away with more cash after tax than he would have on a 7.5 times 8. The Flames floated him in the fall. It's a win for everyone, and it's a win for the Flames, even if they can somehow hit on that first rounder in 2026. Never mind Miramanov, who we didn't even know what the heck he was, is playing 20 minutes a night here. So we'll see. Could be a win for the Flames, win for the Knights, and a win for Noah Hanifin.
Everybody's happy. I'm like, so
Dean's
excited.
ecstatic.
Look at him.
Look at him. Can't contain himself.
Should have got one of those, if we're doing conditional deals. We'll do it for this and
Not allowed to
whatever
anymore.
it is.
Can't put that in there.
They nixed it in the last CBA. I think it would, if the player resigns, we also want another. You can't do that anymore. It's too bad.
You can do the sign and trade, but
Correct.
you can't do the if you sign him.
Right. And you used to be able to, and it was really fair because, like, well, geez,
Yeah.
if you guys signed him, he's worth way more. And if he doesn't, he's not worth
That's
nearly as
right.
much. Well, just can't do
So
it.
why would they have nixed it?
The trapezoid guy came up with it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
that
So I'm
bastard
not going to
struck
question that
again.
guy. I mean,
No,
Jesus,
he
if you don't
knows
like
what
the
he's talking
trapezoids,
about.
imagine the game without it. Do you know Daniil Maramanov,
Yeah.
speaking of the trade with Vegas, his girlfriend's like a DJ, makes music?
Okay, so you know how my sister and we've been making music together for a bit?
Yeah.
And we just finished our first song. Do you want to hear it?
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. I want to hear that.
Hey, with the house music here. Full house.
Like the star.
Yeah. It's called Jump.
He's been busy playing hockey, Dean. He hasn't heard it yet. First time.
Like the bass.
Yeah. Okay.
First beat.
You see here, kid? You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before.
Dean, come on, feel the rhythm, buddy.
You just gotta bend your knees.
His drums are coming. Be ready, Dean.
Jump, 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 jump.
Here we go. Beats. Oh, watch, he's dancing now. There you go. Attaboy, Miro.
Yeah.
Anyway, it must be tough grinding out the final week of a regular season. He used to play in Vegas. Now
Yeah, it looks tough.
he's really a tough guy. Dean, does your wife make music?
You mean like farts?
We're going to go to the Eastern Conference wildcard standings where
That's
the Pittsburgh
noise.
Penguins made a lot of noise last night. Jackie, honestly, I'm just going to shut up. Walk us through your life yesterday.
Very stressful. And I don't want to say anything wrong here because whatever I did yesterday worked. I am getting sick of this team blowing leads and shaving years off my life every single game.
But the moment he texted me and said they're screwed, I hate this team, they rally back and win.
Correct. So they are screwed.
Okay.
Jeez.
A lot of reverse psychology here. It's like multiplying negatives. I'm lost. I don't know. Stanley Cup would look like this, fellas, if it started tonight. Well, that's what it looks like. Yeah. I mean, so this was before. Yeah. Tonight they're going to paint it pink, and it's going to be. There's all Penguins coming in. Look at that.
How about it?
Okay, freeze frame there. Oh, we got a little blur on there. Let's get that. I like this. This is fun. This is good. Dallas, Vegas. I do not like the conditional pick tied to the Hanifin deal, but at least the Tanev pick would be moving on to round 2. Jeez. And Vancouver, Nashville. I don't know. That seems weird.
Lame.
I mean, I just love LA and Oilers again. They hate each other. You watch them play in the regular season. It's just a lot of hate. And I'm told the Avs have never played the Jets in the playoffs before. Did I read that today? That would be a first time ever matchup between those two since the relocation.
Quebec and
I don't remember Atlanta, Colorado in the final either. So probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boston, Tampa, love it. Florida, Toronto, love it. Rangers, Penguins. Oh my God. Sit on Broadway. Yes. Carolina Islanders next. 6 out of 8. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
Getting nice things.
It's not bad.
Four Nations tournament's coming. Montreal and Boston. Now, Rhett, where would you rank Montreal and Boston in your road cities power rankings? Understanding that it is February, it'll be chilly, but that you need to find activities to stay warm at night.
I believe you'd had fun in both centers. They
Okay.
would be wonderful.
So those are good choices. This is better than, say, Toronto and Columbus.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
100%.
Why
So
do you
Dean?
hate Columbus?
Dean, I now obviously some stipulations. A, we're doing the show. B, you're still alive. But if all those stipulations,
Well, you can
are cleared,
stop now, because
this is only like this is less than a year away, right? You gonna be alive in a year?
I don't know that it's even money.
Okay, so let's just take a long shot bet and say you're alive.
It's less than a year.
Yeah.
And if I'm alive, I'm not doing this.
I'm telling you,
You
if
don't
you
know.
can get excited about that and fake it up your interest on this damn tournament, we can get flown out to Montreal and Boston and cover this damn thing.
You love lobster rolls.
Come on.
What are you talking about?
Montreal?
No, smoked meat.
Yeah. You said, yeah.
This could be a culinary adventure masquerading as a sports show. And you know
Well-
what? Here's the real thing. Take your cooking show there. Screw it. Never
Right.
mind the show. Take your
Okay.
cooking show to Boston and Montreal.
Sounds good.
Now he's interested.
No, I'm in. Yeah. The Barbie Barn is great in Montreal. Had some of the best ribs I've ever had in Montreal.
There you go.
Barbie Barn.
So good.
All right. NHL tonight. Let's have a look. Any bangers in here, Dino? It's a lighter slate given how many we had last night.
Ryan, we have bangers.
Okay. Very good. Talk to me.
Carolina, St. Louis. This is the St. Louis. It's their life right now.
Last Chance Hotel.
They need this game. Carolina, the Rangers are only 3 points up on Carolina.
They can win the division.
This is the game in hand. The Canes have 3 left. The Rangers have 2. So this
Jeez.
matters for both, which is why I submit to the jury banger.
We'll accept the ruling, and you've won me over. I was on a half banger. Now I'm full banger for it.
There you go.
Nashville, Chicago.
I have a hard time spinning this as a banger.
You can't watch them all.
You can't watch them all, Dean. And honestly, it's a half hour staggered from that. You're going to be tied up with the Blues and Canes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't.
Now, here's the good news. An hour later, Yotes and Oilers, you can look at the top of the division or you can look at the bottom of the standings. This is big for Calgary and Edmonton. The province of Alberta should be fixated on this thing.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it's an emotional one for the Soakers.
Yeah.
Right? This is
We're just rolling with this. Eh?
It's too good.
I mean,
The Salt Lake Soakers?
I was
Play.
texting someone that works in for a hockey organization and had to send them the link to Urban Dictionary. I felt a little sheepish, but
Well, it happens. And I'm here to tell you, you can call them whatever you want. They're going to be the Soakers.
I
would like to say,
they sure will.
please welcome the Salt Lake Pioneers. Right.
They spelled Soakers wrong. Weird. Is that a
That's
silent
right.
P? The Soakeneers?
Yeah.
Is that what? Huh.
Flames Ducks. No,
Bounce.
banger.
And Vegas is playing for something here. I know Minnesota isn't, but Vegas and LA are still determining who's going to go to the wild card, who's going to go to the 3-hole.
Vegas got to get their shit together.
They really do.
They do. And it's coming up in my Betway Bets.
Okay.
But they've lost 3 in a row.
And Hurdle has returned, so you got to get him up to speed. Boy, I know everyone would be disappointed if it didn't work for them.
Maybe not a banger, but a big game.
Cavalry FC starts their season tomorrow, I believe, in Forge. Stinking Forge, Hamilton.
Get out of here.
Brunt's going to be there waving the flag, stomping his feet.
Does Brunt go?
I don't know if he does or not. I'll have to find out.
Reach out.
By the way, he wants to come on the show, and I've told him we've got to get him on the show. Dean, can we please make
contact with Stephen Brunt? What a beauty.
He wants to come on the show and say hi. Dean.
Yes, I love Steven.
So we'll pick a day and do it. Good. Tommy Wheeldon Jr. You hate to see a lame duck coach and GM.
Can't have it.
I will get. Oh, never mind.
There we
Look at
go.
this new deal for Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy, looking good, buddy. Everybody's happy for Tommy. Good
3-year
job by
deal.
the Cavs.
Oh yeah.
What the hell else are you gonna do?
See all that sun he got in
Skid?
Mexico? Yeah, good looking. Good setup there, Tommy. Not just him either. Sergio Camargo, who will play his 100th game in Cavalry Silks this weekend, he's extended as well.
Attaboy there, Sergio.
TFC man. All right, very good. Masters leaderboard, Jack. Do you want to dive over there to Augusta National, see what's happening? I've got my custom leaderboard with the Canadians and Tiger Woods on it. Not that he's Canadian, but just in case, man of interest.
No,
I'm reloading here. Okay,
okay.
Max Homa, 7 under par, 1 shot up on Bryson DeChambeau.
Max Homa. I said I heard it better about hey. I like a boom boom nay.
Max Homa. Yeah, was that?
Yep, just that.
True Life Crew.
No, it starts with an I, and he was Canadian.
No,
Shambo.
You do that, everyone else.
Only a shot back of Max Homa. Scotty Scheffler.
Scheffler's not
Scheffler's
too
good,
good,
eh?
Yeah, real good.
Scheffler's
Hasn't been
real
around
good.
long, but he sure has won a lot. So I guess
That's a
that
lot
means
of
he's
winning.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't give a crap about these guys. Connors.
Corey Connors 3 under.
Woo-hoo!
Not bad. He's through 4 holes today. Tiger Woods is at 1 over. He's been back and forth. Started the day at 1 over. Got to even, then to 2 over, then back to 1 over, then 2 over, back to 1 over. So he's even on the day. Hadwin 4 over. Mike Weir's 25th Masters, 6 over. Nick Taylor, 6 over. There it is. That's the update from the Masters. Dumb shit, Dean. It is Friday, but first we got to see what kind of luck we're going to have today. Let's go to our boy Tim.Nacky.
B5 going to blackjack and bidding 10 cents for every Instagram follower I've got. There is 700,000 of you in here now, so we have a $70,000 bet today. The tables have been treating us like a fucking yo-yo. We're up, we're down, we're bouncing all around. Win streak surely starts now.
Alrighty, we have a $70,000 bet. I have it. Multiple accounts that these dealers are catching wind of the Tim Nacky one and done hand, which makes sense why they're smiling when they fucking beat me now. Whatever happens today, just know we're going to have a better day than OJ Simpson. Be good to me, love, now. 4's gross. I need something better than that. Go 7. 4 and 4. Oh, we had trips. The bonus bet lovers will be calling for my head. That might be a book double down. We're going to hit. Certainly not a split via 4. Give me 10 here. No! Got to see 8 or 9 for me here. Sugar. 9! 21! Everything in for a goddamn reason. Don't you dare get a 10! Yes! Yes! Fucking yes! Put it in the fucking win column. And I'll see you tomorrow when we'll be betting even more.
Holy shit.
And here's the thing. Tim on Instagram yesterday, after he wins that, realizes I went against the book. When I'm sitting 12 facing a 4, I shouldn't have hit. didn't even know till it was over. He was caught up in the moment, the adrenaline flowing, 70K. If he had not hit and played by the book.
Yeah, but he wasn't playing by the book from the start. So
he has been playing by the book a lot.
No,
That's
but he
our
didn't
first-
play the four.
That's right. Yeah, because normally you double that, right?
Yes.
Let's
go back.
Now
Can we
doubling
watch that
70K.
slow?
Whew. Yeah, let's
Can we
go
watch that slow? Because I think we get enough cards to find out if he had doubled and played by the book. He might have done a.
Oh, he gets the 4. He's screwed because the double you don't get.
No, because if he double,
because then he gets 8.
Yeah,
It's 12, and then she gets the 7 or the 9 or whatever it is. Yeah, here we go.
That's easy math.
Yeah. So yeah, we're watching for the cards here. 4s, man, a lot of them. So there's 1 4. There's another 4. There's another 4,
and then he pulls a 4.
Yeah, so a whole deck of
He's gonna
4s
be
is full
12.
on the first 5 cards. So he would have been 12, and you don't get another card after you double, correct? That's so he's stuck at 12.
We need to wait and see what that because her first.
I don't know what her first card was.
Yeah, I forget.
Well, she'll flip and we'll see. So that 4 would be her next card. Or excuse me, this 9 would. So it's 13 plus 7's 20. She would have smoked them.
No. Are we talking if he's splitting or doubling down?
Doubling down.
He's doubling.
That
He doesn't
9
get
is
the 9.
hers.
Yes.
What is her total right now? She's got 4 and
she'd have 20 because she's
got
4
11.
and
I can't
7.
see what that is.
It's 11 and
That's
9.
11.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, he would have got smoked.
So he strays from the
saved
book
himself.
and he wins 70.
Look at him. Don't have a 10, you bitch.
And he's totally right. He's totally right. Like
at his
these
face.
dealers have been stoic for the whole way through until the last couple of days. They're smirking and smiling.
They're
They're like,
smiling
I'm
at
going to be
him.
famous on Instagram. Oh, it's a lot. It is a
I
lot.
was really worried there. Really worried.
Yeah, I was too, especially that
He
third
hit
4.
that 4, and I'm like,
Whoa.
ooh.
Now, are you doubling 8 against the 4?
I don't know if that's a book.
I think it is.
You could, but I don't know that it's the book.
Because I don't know that I'm doubling 8. You're not splitting.
I just think when it's 70 grand, the double's just off the table unless it's a slam dunk, right? Like unless you got 11 against a 6
There's a
or
reason
something.
there's a book.
Yeah.
It doesn't change whether you bet 70.
No, I just mean I think the book is not the double, but I also think he's just not going to double at a 70. grand.
Somebody text us. Let us know.
Yeah, the
couple-
comments are suggesting it's
I
you don't
think
double
it
down
is.
on book cards. I don't know. The comments guys always say they know everything. Sometimes they're right. Other times they're not.
Regardless,
you know what?
Timmy
I have
was
no
good.
time for guys that act like they know everything.
Well, yeah, you just wouldn't work with them. It's a non-starter.
Wouldn't do it.
Let's get to the problem with the well. Did you notice the water tasted a little different in the village, Dean?
I did.
Well, there's something in there, and I don't
So
know
we're
what it
drinking
is.
water.
These guys are getting to the bottom of it. This looks like an arid climate. I feel like the well is a very important
You're gonna
part of
need-
this community.
Yep.
What are you digging at here? It looks like they're pulling. What? Oh, Dean, it's a snake in the well. At least it's not a small one. Holy shit!
There's a
Now watch
snake
this.
in
They're like,
my
if we
well.
all get together, we'll get it out. Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. Yeah, when that head starts coming towards you, and that
That's up
20
now.
feet of muscle,
Oh,
Now
Wait,
we've
good.
seen a lot of
even
we've
lunges.
seen a
get
lot
rid
of videos with snakes, and there have been some guys that are remarkably brave and have no concern.
Yeah.
These are not those guys.
These are us. These
This is
are our
us.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. Squealing and falling into the dirt and rolling around.
Look how many of them it takes. Oh my God. Oh, so Dean, for the mac and cheese today, just boil your water and then boil
Yeah.
pasta. We just get the snake stuff in them. Haven't had a hippo in the Pinder Report. I've been hearing it from some people. We'll make amends today.
I saw this one.
Yeah, it's a good one. No. Someone's added some Jurassic Park on the front.
You don't want to piss those things off.
Like how much bigger than a bull? Considerably.
Oh,
Like
they
that's
say they're the nastiest.
They say
Oh.
they kill. They're like one of the biggest killers.
yes. They just go clunk.
I was going to make a joke, and then I luckily thought better of it because it was going to involve trying to initiate some lovemaking. That's the response. But then they
Well, at
would
least you didn't
infer
go down that road. That's
someone
good.
was a hippo.
Yeah, I'm glad you kept it.
So I'm not going to
from
say
that.
anything about it.
Good work, everyone. Let's get to Crocodile 1.
Yay!
So you've seen these before.
This one seems big.
Yeah. Well, they got the slow-mo for you, too, here.
Oh, my God.
Look at this. The head on this cow.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
that's not even.
They're just dinosaurs. How did these? What asteroid didn't kill these things, but everything else on Earth? Look at the size of that thing.
That's death right there.
Oh!
Just staring you in the face.
Jesus.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Even though he knows me, he would still bite me if I. Really?
Crocodile 2. I believe this is our guy Matt up in the Northern Territory. Dean, they'll see you in the Northern Territory. I recognize his mullet and hat at the back here. Look at the size. Pontoon boat, and this thing is quite a bit. Oh boy!
So that's a grown man, we assume.
And what I didn't know that a crocodile could be that grown either. That is a monster. Oh,
Like I know you can do things with depth of field with
sure
how you shoot video or whatever, but he is holding that tail. That is a mahusive croc.
Now, do you remember what the crocodile ate the other day that was a little crunchy?
Oh, it was the turtle.
Tortoise.
鸭鱼先帮我投啊。
Masters.
Appetizers.
It is crunchy still too. All those bones going. Okay, no, that's good. Yeah. Don't know who's doing all these eating videos. It's probably I thought that. And one more for the road, Jack. Is that what we've got here? Yeah, Taco Friday.
风拂面，花儿婆娑叶儿圆。我想坏呀，花。身边，此情无可再。
Looking.
I do like a good taco.
Flames and ducks.
That's your Pinder Report, dude, on a game day.
Village Honda. Huge selection of used vehicles, all makes, all models, all budgets. Over 90 units on site, access to more than 500 more inside the dealership group. Make Village Honda your one-stop automotive destination in Calgary. They are definitely worth the trip. Village Honda, located in the Northwest Auto Mall. You know who will be excited about that Tommy Wheeldon Jr. is our buddy Anthony up at Village Honda.
Oh, he will indeed. Yes.
He'll be
And
very excited.
let me pull the calendar up because the home opener's not far away. I want to say it's the 28th.
Start buying your cans of red smoke or however you get that. For the cavalry. Where do you buy?
The foot soldiers have it under control, but I feel like, is there not some sort of like, what do they call those old Army and Navy supply companies?
Yeah.
Armory.
Or is there like a soccer hooligan store you can get that stuff?
Yeah,
at?
Hooligans Are Us on McLeod
Yeah.
there. What is it?
Either way, great news.
Red
Happy
smoke, green smoke. They also released their new Blizzard kits, which are really nice. Good looking
nice.
their jersey for this year, which is
When you
gonna,
say blizzards, I think of ice cream.
yeah, delicious. Similar color, like white and gray, flecks all over.
What flavor are you going with?
Score. Double score.
Score's so good. God, it's good.
You can do other stuff, and it's really.
I don't mind the Reese's Pieces. I like that one
I've
too.
never been disappointed with Score. You know what?
What's your
Just
move,
never.
Dean?
It's Score. Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow. Score for the win. Jack?
Blizzard? Oreo.
I was going to say my kid loves the Oreo.
I was
It's a
gonna,
good
and
pull.
Jack's
that is a
makes sense.
childish
Yeah.
choice, so that's good for you.
When you grow up, Jack, you'll get to Score. Let us know.
It's more depth of flavor with the Score than stupid.
Yeah, it's more of a
Mature palate.
acquired taste.
Did I tell you guys about the service big share contest today? Or was that yesterday? Because I know I talked
Yesterday, I
about
think you
it.
said something. Some $1 million?
Because we're well into it, guys. We're almost halfway through April and the contest ends at the end of the month. So I got to tell you about Service Credit Union and the Service Big Share. It's back for the 6th year. It's your chance to win $1 million. And all you have to do is just save some money. You can enter by becoming a member at Service Credit Union and start saving. Every $500 saved gives you 5 entries into the Service Big Share contest. Now, you have your existing savings, but there's other ways to earn entries. Save in your daily banking account. Fast track your savings with a high yield savings account. Invest in a GIC Service has during this contest period. Great interest rates and term lengths. Save in a TFSA or RRSP for those short and long-term goals. But most important, transfer your existing savings to Service for chances to win $1 million. The contest ends April 30th, 2024. Skill test required. For rules, visit service.ca/win. Now I've told you about it. Because I'd like both of you to win $1 million.
And I would enjoy.
You want Rhett to win $1 million? All the people that
Sure.
could win that $1 million out there?
Look at me.
Yes.
I feel like he's in a better mood today. Monday,
It's pleasant.
great mood but travel day. Tuesday, not feeling. He wouldn't have given you the $1 million Tuesday. Today, he's
It
giving you
can
$1 million.
change quickly. I say something stupid. He'll withdraw.
It could go off anytime. Yeah, it could really go off at any time. Adam Lowry, Dave Lowry's son, we're all big fans. Game 700 in his career last night.
You don't say.
Whoa.
700.
Congratulations. What a kid. What a great guy. Great guy.
Great guy.
Great
That's your
guy.
third line center. That's
Great
you're a good team.
captain.
Elaine
Leader.
makes great lasagna.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Quality guy. Spends his summers back here in Calgary. He was at the Brian Burke skeet shooting event there last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Gives back.
A lousy player.
Heart and
Best-
solar. Winnipeg beat Dallas 3-0 last night.
I thought the
With
Dallas
Laurent-
Stars were the best.
Laurent Brossois in net.
Laurent freaking Brossois. That's the
Or
best
as
goalie the
Noodles would
Flames
call
have
him.
drafted in 25 years.
Yeah. As Jamie McLennan would call him, Larry. Larry Brossois.
Love Larry.
So remember the Jets had lost 6 straight.
Terrible. Just falling out of it.
Yeah. They've now won 5 in a row.
Ah, they
Really?
righted the ship.
They've gone full
so to
Flames
speak.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very flamesy. They're second in the Central. They have more regulation
Past
wins.
Colorado?
Yeah. Or, you know what,
Holy.
tied, but by virtue of regulation wins. Because they have 43, which I believe is tops in the National Hockey League.
43
Son of
seems like a
gun,
lot.
43 wins. Yeah, that's more than New York. Holy. More than Florida.
Rangers, Carolina, both, and Vancouver with 42, but the Winnipeg Jets have 43 regulation wins.
What do you want in the Central there? Because 2 of those 3 teams have to play each other, and it's going to be a bloodbath, and someone else gets a wild card. Like, do you want Colorado to win that? Do you want Dallas, Winnipeg?
I want
know.
whatever benefits the Flames.
So you want Dallas to win it because you
Okay,
got a
there you go.
conditional pick tied there. If they can get to the Stanley Cup final, the Flames get an additional 3rd.
Selfishly, it would be nice not to see one of the Jets or Avalanche lose in round 1,
Yeah, one of these 3 teams is gone for sure.
right? You'd like one of
Which is how
those
it works.
not to be packing their bleep, but
Sad but true.
Metallica, great album. One
So
of
if
the
it was
just
a
the loudest concert I've ever been to in my life. The old Winnipeg Arena.
wow,
My hearing is whatever. Couldn't hear for days. It was
That
so
good.
loud. Yeah. Whoa. How's your earbud?
I had some suction apparatus
Yeah.
in there for a while.
that's how you eat the turtle. It's the same technique. Yeah.
Yeah. So question.
Fine.
Is that the reason you came to Calgary when you did? Because you had talked about your ear and there was concern, and then there's the hearing loss clinic and they can get you, and then they got you in, and then whoop, hey, Rhett's in town, and then it's like same day you had your
You went to the desk and bought the
Various
ticket.
reasons. Various reasons.
Yeah.
Someone else is coming to town today who bought a flight today. So that's good.
Is that right?
Didn't want to come with me like 24 hours ago, but today's a good day. It's a good day to be in Calgary. Come to Calgary.
All right.
It's a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode all the time with you, and I don't know how you'd write it.
You can't. That's
why.
That's why it's Curb, because it's
Jesus.
not scripted.
Yeah. When did that development arise? Yesterday? Today?
At about 4:30 this morning.
Ah,
I'm gonna fly. Oh,
I'm
God,
coming out
across
today.
continent.
I will read the text that I sent out.
All right.
Here, let's see. What time was this? Sorry for the slow. April 12th, 4:25 a.m. Yeah, I think he should come. Make sure, as long as he can fly alone.
So then who's looking after the hooligans?
No, it's a hooligan that's on the plane. What do you do?
1, 2, or 3?
Unos.
Unos. Boy, nice. Let's get to the Great Clips inbox.
It's a good idea.
Get some sanity and some rational thought in here, Dean.
Great Clips! With more than 4,400 hair salons throughout the US and Canada, Great Clips is the world's largest hair salon brand and the official hair salon of the NHL. Salons are locally owned and operated. They're open 7 days a week, and they know that your time is valuable. That's why you get the Great Clips check-in app. You'll see the wait time. You'll find out, you're going to see all the locations because there's a ton of them. What's the wait time at this location and this one and this one? Then when you're set, you book yourself in and you're ready to go. You can opt in to receive a ready next text alert by just checking a box. They'll notify you when your estimated wait time reaches 15 minutes and it's time to head to the salon. It's awesome. For more information, check out greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's going to be great. Our inbox segment, you can send us an email at it's greatclipsinbox@flamesnation.ca.
Makes sense.
We're going to go to Instagram. We're going to go to the email inbox, and we're going to go to the chat for some reaction and interaction today with the folks. This was a question for Boomer. Have you ever been to the St. Lawrence market in Toronto? If so, how does it compare to the market you visited in Philly? I've not been to the St. Lawrence market in Toronto.
I've never heard of the St. Lawrence market.
It's right by the Hall of Fame. It's like 2 blocks away. Yeah.
And you've never been to the one in Philly, Ryan. So
no, but you've been to Toronto before. I've been to Philly before. That would make sense. You were literally like blocks away from it.
I've been to Toronto a lot. This is the first I've ever heard of the St. Lawrence market.
Okay. So are you kind of thumbing your nose at me for having gone, like, you know what our last trip was, that I didn't get to the St. Lawrence market during that
I'm
trip?
just surprised. I think you've probably been to Toronto half dozen times, haven't you?
No.
And it's on the list, eh? I've never heard of it.
I'm surprised by
regardless,
that.
Regardless.
Yeah.
We answered the question.
Yeah. So, geez, sorry. But I if you're in Philly, go to the Reading market. It's very
and
good.
the St. Lawrence in Toronto.
Yeah, that's right.
Then you can.
I can't compare and contrast to. They might be.
No,
way
we
worse
need
than
somebody
one
to
in
do both so they can call us and
I
tell
know.
us what's better.
Yeah, we need to make a hierarchy here.
Awkward. This is from Sean to the Great Clips inbox.
SH or SE?
Shawn. SHAWN.
Yeah, commission.
Foster. Was watching Flames Oilers Saturday night. McDavid passes to Bouchard. He passes to someone else. Back to Bouchard, who scores. McDavid gets an assist. I was under the impression that since the goal scorer passed the puck to another player before getting it back and scoring, there should only be one assist on the play to the player that passed to Bouchard. Was it always like this? No wonder he gets 100 assists in a season. Bullshit, if you ask me. That's from Sean.
Throw your phone. Thank you.
You need a drink? There's...
we got a beer for you. You got to calm down.
Beers behind Pinder that you might want to try. He's dig into a few.
Yeah.
Calm it down.
It's okay.
But thank you for the question. Thank you for reaching out, Sean.
To his now this one is from Barb.
Hello, Barb.
Isn't
Barb a famous wasn't in a movie?
My wife, Barb.
Is that what it is? Fargo?
No, it was Letterkenny. His dead wife, Barb.
No, dear. It was before that.
Anywho,
it was Barb Leahy. That's Jim's ex. Owns the trailer park.
Oh, I didn't like her.
Yeah, she was a bitch.
Mean to poor Jimmy.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Jim was
pushed
on the side with the assistant trailer park supervisor, old Bull Bandy. So she had reason to be a little steamed at Jimmy, who had a tough time with his booze.
Yeah, it seemed like it. Yeah. Now I'm just going to go with it from Barb. A big Kia Ora. Boomer, Pinder, Rhett, and Jack. I'm a born in Calgary, raised in Airdrie, diehard Flames fan ever since birth. I left Calgary in 2002, ended up marrying a Palm, which I thought said porn, but I had to kind of lean in.
Yeah, the M kind of looks like that. RN
Marrying
together.
a Palm, and we've been living in Tauranga, New Zealand since 2017. When I met my husband, he was, of all things, a bloody Oilers fan. Something about
Ugh.
having relatives in Edmonton, so adopting the team, WTF. We had to sort that issue out straight away, and now he's a pretty hardcore Flames fan. He was devastated when Boomer in the Morning went off the air, but overjoyed when Barn Burner went live. We watched nearly every Flames game. Conveniently, majority mid-afternoon starts here, and Barn Burner is an early morning viewing routine for us. I've actually contemplated contacting you before. Was trying to get my hands on a Barn Burner hoodie as a Christmas present. Couldn't find any online.
They're there now.
But procrastination got in the way. However, all my worlds have recently collided, courtesy of Tim.Nacky on Instagram. And after today, I could no longer procrastinate further. I immediately started following Tim after you first mentioned him. And today's episode of the podcast was like my dream come true. I mean, Aussie Brad is entertaining enough, but you cannot beat a classic Kiwi like Tim Myers. That interview was absolute gold. And then after the show, he broke the media curse because you guys are his good luck charm. In the immortal words of Tim, yes, the Barn Burners, go Flames, up the fucking Waz.
Yeah, the Waz. You know what that is, Dean? It's the Warriors. It's the rugby.
Absolutely frothing. She says that's a good word. For a follow-up Barn Burner episode of the full Kiwi vernacular, and I know you're all going to fully jump on board the Waz bandwagon. You boys need some Warriors kit. I'd be happy to swap for some Barn Burner merch. It could win me Wife of the Year trophy. Keep doing God's work. Much love from New Zealand, Barb.
Bab.
What a girl, Barb.
It's Bab from the New Zealand consulate. Thanks, Bab.
How about
You
that?
could use a Waz jersey back here. Hell yeah. I saw the Waz play. I went to one rugby game ever in Australia, and it was the Warriors against the Brisbane Broncos.
How
Very
about
cool.
Very good.
I'm in. Second
man.
favorite. This
Waz.
is my second favorite sport.
Big up the Waz.
Yeah. This one is from Jay to the Great Clips inbox. Hey guys, is the show ending?
Couple
What
minutes.
time is it? 10
Yeah, I
away.
In general,
I mean, I'm getting hungry. What do you guys got for
Yeah,
time?
soon. Yeah, pretty soon.
I didn't eat
hopefully.
much. Soon is probably better. Kids get out at noon.
Yeah.
Can't have them on the streets too long. Half hour.
This one came in on my Instagram. This is from Samuel. Dean, hope you're well. Two quick things. Wanted to say how much I enjoyed the convo with Noodles today. He was initially against the idea of Salt Lake City, but came around by the end. Listening to someone change their view in real time when confronted with compelling arguments was so refreshing. Keep Noodles forever.
I tricked him.
you
So to have
enjoyed the
somebody
noodles
who's-
conversation because that's odd, right? Like
Yeah.
he's usually not very good.
To have somebody that doesn't just dig their heels and fight, and won't
Bitter
listen
death.
and won't try and, no, this is my opinion and I'll talk louder if I need to.
I'll yell.
And I'll keep talking until you just give up.
So you put that goddamn trapezoid behind the net. I'm not stopping.
Yes,
Fine, we'll
that's-
put in the goddamn trapezoid.
Here's the trapezoid.
Now this, probably the more important part. As he says, more importantly, I've also been getting ads during the show via Spotify telling me to pick up Canuck playoff tickets. I consider this content entirely inappropriate and wildly offensive. Whatever they're paying you, it can't be worth it. Clean it up. So Sam has been around for a while. Appreciate you, Sam, for that.
So where's Sammy listening from? Because sometimes based on where you download
that's
it,
right.
that'll happen.
Depending on your geographical region. But if you're
Yes.
in Calgary, although it's hard to say, I don't know what they're doing.
Even if you were skiing, let's say, and you went up to Golden for the weekend, you download something for the drive home, you're going to get some BC ads.
You're going to get some BC in there.
That's the way she goes.
It's going to
Way of
happen.
the road, bubs.
Yeah. Now the chat that happens whether you're on YouTube, you're watching Facebook, whatever you're doing, you get into the chat. We'll go to some of the comments now. From Lucas at Flames. I won a nuggie. Wouldn't have known about the contest without this show. Go Flames, go. Lucas, congratulations. Remember the nuggie?
No
was
way.
the-
From Wendy's?
From Wendy's.
Oh,
Had a little
pictures.
pocket for your dipping sauce.
Bite off you, Lucas.
Well, congratulations.
Lucas.
Hey, Wendy's.
Whew.
You're welcome.
Seriously. Lucas, you know the email address for the Great Clips inbox is greatclipsinbox@flamesnation.ca. Send us a picture, please.
Yeah, we need-
Yes.
Send us a photo of you.
Nothing to.
I thought you were
Yeah,
going to
I don't
say
know how much it covers.
Nothing else.
Clean it up. Yeah.
This is from Drew Carey. What a waste that F money boom paying for a studio and not even using it. Da fuck.
Well, we're using it. There's 3 of us here.
I love the pictures.
Dean's getting over some travel illness. He's just on the road to recovery here.
He had radiation and constipation. I mean, it's
All the
not
Asians,
easy going all the way Philly.
Procrastination and we got talking about, now this is you're gonna have to stick with me. Sorry, I meant to take that off. We were talking about grilled cheese sandwiches. And as is usually the case, and even going back to the radio show, we could talk about hockey, have sports content, go deep into it, have numbers and analytics and facts and opinion, all of that. But it's the other stuff that seems to get a reaction out of people.
It resonates.
Lord of Leck. We got talking about grilled cheeses. He says a Monte Cristo. Actually, there was one before that, and I guess I missed it. Anyway, we'll hear from him soon enough. A Monte Cristo is a fried sandwich with ham, turkey, and Swiss cheese dipped in egg and cooked until irresistibly golden brown for a delicious lunch. Mr. Public Pain says, no, it isn't. Not close.
Ooh.
French toast is egg, milk, and spices. You're wrong twice, buddy.
Ooh.
Lord of Leck comes back. You look it up, buddy.
Buddy?
What do you think French toast is? And it has ham, turkey, and Swiss, buddy.
Buddy?
It's not turkey and Swiss, lol, lol, lol. It's ham and cheese dipped in egg.
Oh, dear.
A Monte Cristo is French toast with turkey and Swiss, buddy. Nothing like a grilled cheese.
Not a buddy.
That's a grilled ham and cheese or a lame Monte Cristo. Lol.
Lol.
Ham goes in a grilled cheese, no problem.
Oh, boy.
Turkey and Swiss? Not a Monte Cristo? Lol. That's turkey and Swiss. Even the internet says so. Look it up, buddy.
Buddy.
It's the way I've eaten hundreds of them. So? Nope. Sheesh. Turkey and Swiss? Lies. I worked in a hotel and served 1,000 of them a week, pal. Monte Cristo is ham and cheese dipped in egg. I did, moron, and they all say this. Maybe you're too poor to buy more than one meat for your sandwich, but that's the way it's made.
Oh.
You're the moron, asshole, because I double-checked too, fuckhead. You want the link? What do you think French toast is?
Did I miss this?
Holy! Shortly thereafter, at least I couldn't keep up.
Wow. What? And then what about
sorted it out?
What about a croque madame? Oh, settle down.
No, croque madame. Ryan, don't do it.
Jeez. Ooh.
Jesus. So thank you for.
We're gonna have to get samples sent in. We'll let you know how.
And you know what? I'm not weighing in because we had some F heads and some buddies and bros in there.
I was waiting for Buddy to go to Bud. It didn't escalate that before.
You look it up, buddy.
Pal.
Ham, turkey, and Swiss, buddy. Yeah, I figured. So there again, that's the stuff that gets the reaction. Stu wants to know. He says, "Can somebody explain the soakers to me?"
No,
Urban Dictionary.
Ryan, back to you.
UrbanDictionary.com.
It's
not appropriate.
Not at all.
Nope.
And probably not hard to find out what it is on the internet.
Nope. Again, UrbanDictionary.com.
And it was not us that brought this up. I don't want.
Nope.
anyone...
It was Pete Blackburn, and then Frank Seravalli absolutely smothered this garbage all over our brand, and now it's stuck to us.
Now Dean is totally bought in, and there's going to be no denying
it. Salt Lake Soakers. It just
flows.
It's not, whatever they come up with.
Yeah, they're going to be the Utah something stupids, and we're just going to call them the Salt Lake Soakers, the SLS, for the rest of the time.
We need a shirt.
Yes, we do. That's
There
the kind of
can't be a
merch we need.
trademark.
See,
Can we go?
Jack?
Get the Twitter account.
The boss is on it here. Get that Twitter locked down.
Boomer. Frank was talking about you this morning on Fan 960.
What's that?
What is...
They still... So, 1803, the St. Lawrence Market. 1803.
How about it?
Oh,
check out now. Go Philadelphia because
What's the
we're
name of it
talking
again?
1700s for stuff.
Really?
There's crazy history.
Man, the East
in
is so
Philadelphia.
old. Yeah. What's the name of the market again?
Reading, like Reading,
Yeah, okay.
like the railroad
Reading
kind of
Market,
thing.
Philly. There it is.
Reading
The
Railroad?
Reading Terminal Market.
Isn't that a railroad in Monopoly?
It's
Yeah,
it's the terminal.
How many other railroads can you name from Monopoly?
I'm not the guy to ask.
I've just been playing the damn Aussie version. I'm real confused now.
Yeah.
Airports in the Monopoly Australia.
You know,
Short
'cause my-
line, B&O, Reading, and then there's one other.
You don't play a lot of board games and stuff like that when you're an only child.
What about with your parents, though, Dean? Wouldn't
You
they
have no one to play with.
engage in games to do? That would be a fun thing to do with kids.
That was solitaire.
Great clips. Boomer and Red, are you guys done with that tumbleweed on Pinder's head? It's time for a cut, buddy. I'll be honest. I'm very used to it. I don't really think much about his hair.
It is not at its worst.
No,
by any stretch.
Not its best either, but it's just the mullet is back, boys. So it's gonna stay for a bit.
Good boy. Proud.
And especially with
it's like even win-win.
And you know what? With summer coming and golf, the golf visor.
Oh,
I know.
Can't you see him at the course or on the boat?
So when I go to the gym, I got a headband and it's like just short hair and then like young Andre Agassi. It's good stuff. Really good stuff.
Yeah. Mickey wants to know who's keeping the flies off next season. Need an enforcer.
There's a talk about this last night. I don't know that needs the right word, but it would at least spice things up a little. The problem is that, oh yeah, well, he has to be able to play, but then what are we really talking about? Like 5 guys?
I'm not
like
sure.
Rempe is not going anywhere. He's
There's
staying where
something
he
to
is.
it though, because it's one thing to be shitty, and then it's another thing to get picked on.
I agree.
Right?
And
Like,
I
if
would
you're at
not
the-
be advocating for them to add an enforcer to this team when, say, you're a threat to win the division. But if there's ever a time, it's probably when you've got young kids. We're not that good. Let's protect and help set culture, blah, blah, blah.
Gilbert will scrap, but he gets
it's not
dummied all the time.
Yeah, no, we're talking. And when people say they're talking like go get Rempe, it's like, well, there's one, and the Rangers aren't going to let that guy. They got team control for years over that cat. So it's like, okay, Nick Deslauriers, what did they? Well, now look what they had to pay to him to go be the 12th forward there. Like, geez, that's a lot of money. What you really wanted is what you had in Garnet Hathaway. That's what you want.
Well, that's not an enforcer.
But how many teams have an enforcer? Like, you can go get Reeves. Look what they're paying him.
This is the thing, right?
Like, it's a waste.
We want it, but how useful is this person?
And
have
they're
to be able to
expensive.
play, and they're expensive. They're hard to find.
They really are.
Yeah.
It's oh no, but he'll have to play. It's like, okay, well then what's the list? Like even Reeves takes a ton of heat for not being able to play.
Call Neely.
Is Cam around?
Tom Wilson? Is he available?
There isn't a Ginla kid in the draft, I'm told.
Oh.
Can he scrap?
No, we don't need him.
Don't want him scrapping.
Okay.
Warner sighting at Bonton. You heard it here first.
Wow.
That's some bullshit.
Is that a forecast or is it the past?
Okay. It's
Forecast.
to come. We can make it happen.
It's a spoiler.
It's going to be up in that area.
Yeah.
Ryan Reeves has got getting paid for this year, next year, and the year after. 4-year deal.
Treliving signed him, and it was like
Day one.
What the hell are you doing? And he doesn't play, and it's
been a better second half, but it was real ugly early. He's over 35 already. He's 37 years old. And he got a
yes.
3-year
What are we
deal.
talking about?
But there's a few of those guys, right? Like there's the Deslauriers. Even LA last night, they were talking about that England kid.
England leading the league in
He's been
fights.
fighting a bunch.
Third
I
pair
don't know,
D.
what's the McEwen that played in Philly? He's in Ottawa now. Like, I think it's not just the Flames. I think we are seeing
it's a resurgence of sorts.
Yeah.
That's fine, but you can't go. Don't spend a bunch of money on this person.
Nick Deslauriers is making $1.75 million a year on another 3-year deal. These guys are getting a lot of term.
Yeah.
And look, if it was
You
Nick
know what
Deslauriers, I'd take him. But
You know what?
there's only one of them.
What it is for me is like it was 15 years ago or 10 years ago when you wanted someone with some piss and vinegar. And it's like, you shouldn't have to go out in free agency and find that.
No, you should be able to groom them.
Yeah. You want that piece? Then go get it.
Yeah, and Klapka's not quite that, but Klapka's like that's
Klapka got his ass handed to him.
He's not a good fighter.
Yeah,
but he's
so
6'7".
That's what we're talking about, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Rempe's lost more fights than he's won at this point. I'm not saying they're the same, but they're both 6'7" monsters. I don't know that the Flames had any designs on him being a tough guy or not, but it's like, well, he gets in the A, maybe he'll find a way to make a living. Who knows?
Now, do you know? And I'm just because we've seen the highlights. Do we know Rempe can play?
He skates very well for men of his size, and he's hurt people with hits a lot. Some of them clean even. So he's been in and out of the lineup, and that's on the
That's
top
what I mean.
team in the
How
NHL
far? But how far is he from a guy who's just there to fight? I don't know
he's
that there's
not
a
much
huge
further.
separation.
Yeah, the hope is that he's 21 and he can continue to add to that side of his game so that he doesn't have to fight to be in the league. But if he doesn't fight, I don't know if he's in the league yet. Love to have him though, right?
Yeah. I got to go make a grilled cheese now, buddy. Yeah.
Buddy.
Make sure you don't put any
no meat in that.
Yeah, don't get into that. Don't do it.
Settle down.
Great Clips. That's the Great Clips inbox. The email address to take part in this fun and frivolity. Great Clips inbox at FlamesNation.ca. We'll do it again next Friday. And get that Great Clips check-in app. You can check. You'll find the one nearest you. You'll see how long the wait time is. You just from wherever you're at, you get in line. You're already waiting without being there, and then you can opt in for the next text alert. Tell you, hey, 15 minutes, buddy. You better get down to the old salon.
Pal.
Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Yeah, do send those emails to Great Clips inbox at FlamesNation.ca regarding any of your baked sandwich, fried sandwich, egg, non. We need more. That was great.
Yeah.
Cleared those loopholes up there.
1 week today, we are going to be over at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. It is going to be the second ever Barn Burner playoff draft. We're getting ready. I think the teams should be too. You know who's going to be in, right? You got a full week, 10 days. You've had time to go over your list and know what you're doing.
Yeah, basically all you're looking for now is it Pittsburgh or Detroit? Who's that last team?
You're looking for a sleeper like Florida last year.
That's
where
right.
No one's taking
Bobrovsky didn't get drafted last year. That's bleeping insane.
Yeah,
but
right.
At the time, it didn't seem insane. Yeah.
Because I knew Aiden Hill didn't get taken.
Well, and Alex Lyon was starting games for them down the stretch and started the playoffs in net. And they fell behind to Boston. If Chris Bergeron doesn't bulge a disc in his back, they get smoked in round one.
Can't believe he's coming back.
He's not coming back.
Oh, can't wait to see him. Him and Landeskog.
Ooh, Landy.
And Tom Brady.
Come back?
Yeah. Anyway, if you want to be part of the Barn Burner playoff draft, which means you get your buddies together, buddy. Tables of 8. And we are going to be at the Grey Eagle next Friday night, a week today. Doors open at 6. We'll get her rolling by 7-ish. There's food. We're going to have beverages.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got the podium set up. And one by one, each team in round number 1 will walk to the podium, talk some absolute trash.
Buddy.
And then take their first round selection and continue to roll until it's all said and done. And then probably there's a good chance we head down the hallway to the casino.
There's been some high kicking in there before, yeah.
Has been.
Jack was 2-3 glasses deep when he was just to play. I believe he had his 1 year anniversary.
Jack was a disaster.
I had the double margaritas going.
double margaritas, quads going. Jeez.
Boy, Jack.
We asked for a chair. Like, no, you can't. You got to stand by the felt, sir. Sorry.
Goodness gracious. You want to get involved? Here's how you do it. Email Eden at Kids Sport Calgary. Her email, EDEN at kidsportcalgary.ca. That's how you get in. That's how you buy your team.
Yeah.
And it's in support of Kids Sport, which is probably at the end of the day the most important part. Raise money to help get kids involved in sport, which kids need.
I'm also hearing some vicious rumors of luminaries and dignitaries.
Are there going to be luminaries and dignitaries?
Let's not say it yet, but there's
rumors.
There's some rumblings behind the scenes about
What about visionaries?
No, these are
Rhett's going to be there.
They're idiots.
Yeah, Rhett will be there.
Oh, okay.
No. There'd be braggarts.
Yeah.
And rings, but no visionaries.
How does the line go in that my favorite bar, that country song? There's winners, losers.
I love this bar. Toby Keith.
Yeah,
what's peace, T's and P's.
Listen to all the people that are there in the bar. They're going to be they're all the draft, all types.
Chain smokers and boozers.
Jack likes that one. His head's not.
Yeah.
Early birds and all nighters. Girls dress up like movie stars.
It's all there for you at the draft.
I love this bar.
I am impressed by that poll, Pinder.
Don't know. I'd heard it recently, and I'm like, that's actually a bit of a banger. That's a hell of a song.
Well, 304, massive.
My kind of place.
I'm not much for the genre, but if you're going to sing about a bar, getting closer.
How do you feel about Toby's Red Solo Cup?
Ah, that's a funny one. I like that. So he's
hard not to get into that one.
He's
eh?
a witty fellow, a very witty fellow.
Yeah.
One of the members of the coaching staff of the Abbotsford Heat enjoyed that song thoroughly. A Midwest fellow. That's where I got really acquainted
and fired.
Eventually, yes. Not anything to do with the Red Solo Cup song. Or that time we were standing on the piano at the piano bar. But anyway, that's
just joining in.
What happens in San Antonio stays in San Antonio, Dean.
Oh, that river walk, it'll get you.
Woohoo!
We'll get you.
Longest bar in Texas.
Let's do our Betway Bets.
Okay.
Betway Bets.
Pinder whooshed out.
For Betway.
What are you talking about?
Shh, he's trying to do the line. Already mad. Go ahead, D.
With Betway, you can get a free bet up to $200 if your first bet loses. Create a new account, scan the QR code on the screen, redeem your bonus, then place a bet. No minimum amount required. If the bet loses, you're going to get a refund of up to $200. You can then use that money to bet on your favorite sports. This offer only available outside of Ontario. There you go. Beer for my horses.
Oh. Rumors bets of the day.
Here's what I got for you. Minnesota at Vegas. The Minnesota Wild at the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas has lost 3 in a row. It's their first game back after a road trip.
Oh, dreaded.
Yikes.
Minnesota just got eliminated from the postseason, and they're in Vegas. They went out on an absolute tear.
Yeah.
They got nothing to lose. They're playing loose. Give me the Wild money line plus 140.
Did you think they went to that Sapphire's restaurant?
Steak and shrimp is so good there.
Yeah.
I remember I dropped
tasty
a lot
cuts.
Yeah. Delicious. And the St. Louis Blues are home to the Carolina Hurricanes. Big game for the Blues. Jake Gensel has been all right, I guess, for the Carolina Hurricanes. He showed up. He has, where did I see this morning? Let me get that for you. He's got 5 points in his last 6 games on the power play alone.
Jeez.
22 points in 15 games.
Really?
As a Carolina Hurricane. 6 goals, 16 helpers. And yeah, he's been quite good on the second-ranked power play in the National Hockey League.
Is that right?
Give me a power play point for Jake Gensel tonight, plus 155.
Are the cans flying under the radar?
Well, you know what? I was going to bring it up, but we're at the end of the show, and I thought
we'll do it tomorrow.
Well, no, not tomorrow.
Yep. New show tomorrow. We got to talk about it. Set aside some time. Jack, you're coming in tomorrow. Here are my bets of the day: Calgary and Anaheim. You're staying up late for it, Dean. It's a gem here.
Of course, don't miss it.
And I've rebooked Afterburner with you on it. So here we go. Anaheim money line. Just Jesus, lottery gods, plays. And Vetrano, Frank the Tank. That's a first goal, not anytime. That's an obscene number for any time. I was
going to say.
Frank Vetrano, first goal of the game. That's my fault, not Jack's. Jack, you're not fired. Love you, boss. Plus 900 if Frank the Tank, the former Flames development camp invitee, scores against the old club first.
There you go. And he's a scorer.
He sure is.
Yep, he's a scorer.
Pizza Man delivers.
That's why we let him go.
I was afraid inside.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Betway. Free bet up to $200 if your first bet loses. That's what you do. So create that account.
It's a banger.
Get the QR code, redeem the bonus. You place your bet. If it loses, you'll get a refund of up to $200. And then you spin that off into a little bit more betting on your favorite sports. Only available, though, this offer outside of Ontario. Betway, bet the responsible way. Join the action with Betway.
Masters.
Yeah.
Lunch. Grilled cheese. Turtle.
Are you putting any meat on that grilled cheese?
Get back to you on that on Monday.
My kind of place.
Corey Connors, let's go.
Is grilled cheese one of those things you can eat 100 of? Because that's where I'm at with it too.
100's a lot. I think 25 you'd house. Yeah.
Has anybody ever?
Loaf.
Now, unless it's bad. And I feel like at home, you're making the kind of grilled cheese that you enjoy.
Yeah.
You might go to a restaurant and say, I don't really like this cheese. But if you're at home, have you ever thrown out grilled cheese?
God, no.
No.
Like you said, the only way is if you burn the S out of it.
Maybe
That's your fault,
burn the
dummy.
hell out of it.
Buddy.
I do have an important grilled cheese question. Do you guys use the Kraft thin slices, or do you use regular cheese?
I use Kraft.
Look at them growing up in front of our eyes.
Singles. It melts the right way.
Do you call them doubles and you use two?
I do use two.
Okay, so it's doubles or singles or two singles.
The other
Two
thing you
singles.
get from
Couple.
and I get it, and some people, processed cheese.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
No, we're not.
But you get that stretchy.
Oh yeah.
It's what Kraft's going to do for you.
It's true.
It's fake cheese. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm probably throwing some whiz on there too.
Oh, double.
You know what I do? Just between us, okay? Because the people go, whoa! I put a little whiz down so that then when I put the slice down,
sticks
there. Because sometimes when you're flipping it, it doesn't, maybe
slides around.
If nothing else, just an adhesive agent for the rest of the cheese. But I'm guilty. I do like the taste of the cheese whiz, even though I think it's like plastic.
It's fine. We're not discussing. I think Cheese Whiz and Vaseline are very similar as well. If you just get some orange.
Cheese Whiz and the Vaseline, we are. My mind. DoorDash is you're there all the time. Restaurants, groceries, pharmacies, bakeries, flower shops, and more. It's DoorDash. They've got everything that you need. Ordering is easy. Get the DoorDash app. You open it up. You're going to put your stuff in there. And then just start looking around. Maybe if you're like Rhett, you know exactly what you want. You go right to it. Maybe if you're like me, I'm going to sift around a little bit. Choose what you want from where you want. Whenever you want, it shows up outside your door. And for a limited time, you will get 25% off and zero delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more when you enter the promo code NATION25, NATION25. With that said, what's on the menu for DoorDash?
Minnesota Vegas tonight, 8 p.m. We'll see if the Golden Knights can get their act together as those cheaters have finally got Thomas Hertl back in the lineup. And the Arizona Coyotes will be in Edmonton tonight, a big one in the inverse standings if the Yotes get a win. My God, the Calgary Flames and the Soakers on Sunday are going to have a steamy matchup on Sunday for who will have higher lottery odds. Cannot wait for that. Also, Blue Jays after an off day and a matinee the prior day, back into prime time. 5:07 first pitch. Gosman throws as the Rockies come to town.
From Colorado.
Yeah. The Gos Dog.
They'll be at the market.
They'll be at St. Lawrence Market, which is about 80 years older than Reading Market, I checked.
Yeah. Is it really?
Yeah.
How about it?
1993, I think I saw for Reading. It's still a long time ago, like older than this city we live in. By
Yeah. Dash that for the win with DoorDash. Get that app. Use that promo code.
That's a deal.
Yeah. There was one little thing I wanted to throw in here. What about mayo instead of butter? Now, what else? And you're talking about
Never even try. Yeah.
You know where the mayo is good, retro, and to everyone. Say you're making, like I made 2 nights ago, some burgers at home, and maybe you want to toast those buns.
Mm-hmm.
If you use butter, there's that high, oil. It's going to flare up on the open flame. You're not going to get that with the mayo. But it's going to give you the browning, the crispy browning that you're looking for. And it's not going to not so much that you're not slathering, but just enough that it's going to be able to toast for you. And you're not really going to taste it. If you don't like mayo, it's not going to ruin your burger for you.
I don't mind the sounds of that. I can live with that. I used to make Miracle Whip and cheese in the microwave.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with the regular grilled cheese. That's okay with everyone.
Yeah. But when we were kids, retro, it was a big deal getting a microwave.
Oh, it was big. Yeah.
It'd be like color TV, baby. It's a big
You'd be eating anything. It's like, so I can
Do you remember your phone number from when you were a kid?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember my best friend's phone number.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
A buddy of mine from
Wait. Do you know any phone numbers?
I do remember my old home phone number.
Question for your girlfriend who you live with. If you went to like a payphone, could you call her or would you be screwed?
I'd be screwed.
I could call I could call my wife, but I have 3 kids. They each have phones. I could not phone them if I needed
couldn't
to.
do that.
Really?
I'm the same way.
I do both my parents, my brother, my sister.
I can't even do my parents.
And then I could call like 4 of my friends from elementary school that probably don't even live
My
there.
brother still has a house line, so I could call that one.
Speaking of phone, this is.
I got a few old girlfriends I could call.
Is that right? On the landline?
My phone's still working.
I could call my dead grandma in Grandview, Manitoba.
She's not going to.
Ryan Pulak.
That's not a normal phone. If you can talk to her, that's something else going on.
Banana phone.
Mm.
I guess that's it. No, I was going to say a guy that I grew up with, like nursery school, elementary school, high school, sent me photos. He's moving or something. Sent us our school photos from when we were kids.
Jeez.
There's one that I cannot let you ever see.
That's because you don't let us have nice things.
Oh, now we have a mission in life.
Jack, could you call Boomer's old friend, please?
What's the Mission Impossible music? If we could play that, now we would have.
I would love to see that.
I kind of forgot about it.
We're off there. I have another story about that
The
too.
beauty is that
right.
I know someone that lives with you that would give it to me just because.
Yeah. Trade some pics with her.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you. It's not a big deal, but
will please be a big deal.
I'll wait till next week. We'll do it on the.
Oh, what a tease!
Oh, Monday.
There's no need to do it now.
Oh boy, big Soakers win and the Boomer Elementary photo.
Oh yeah.
Monday's gonna be a show.
Jack, we're with you this weekend.
We are, Jack.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Jack,
Big weekend. Sydney's playing so good, buddy.
You need to
Just
talk.
get
Just
in.
ask. We're there.
Get in.
Who's this weekend? Is it the Bruins? Penguins, Bruins 6.
That's your job, not ours.
Yes, it is.
Now
the
you're
Bruins.
pushing your luck.
Last game of the year against the Islanders. Hopefully that means nothing for the Islanders. Come on, Jack, let's go.
Is what they've got 3 left, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is Boston Saturday, Nashville Monday,
Oh,
Islanders Wednesday.
tough games.
2 more at home, and then on the road in New York to end it.
Also, if any team in that Pittsburgh game ever gets up by 3, just bet the other side. They can't protect the lead, nor can anyone hold a lead against them.
And you know what? Nedeljkovic let in 5 yesterday. I'm sure that's not going to be an issue.
Yeah.
No, God, a guy of his track record.
Just
Jack
give me
had never heard of him until
twice.
2 months ago.
Just give me 6. We're in.
2 from Gino, 2 from Sid. The rest of you assholes come up with 2. We'll win this thing, no sweat.
There you go. That'll do it. Have a weekend, buddies.
See you.